Hello and welcome to the Adventure Archive and a new campaign, Theros, Tomorrow's Twilight. Thank you all for coming to this very fun new event for us. Ryan's taking a little bit of time off, so hopefully we'll see him in the chat. Everybody say, give a shout out to Melee when you get a chance. So Theros, if you don't know, in 2013, Magic the Gathering, which is also owned by Wizards of the Coast, who own Dungeons & Dragons, put out a block for their collectible card game set in Theros, which was an analog for ancient Greece, but with magic and planeswalkers and just really, really hands-on gods. And that's where we're gonna go now. I'm Evil Andy XO, and I will be your Dungeon Master for this evening. Let us meet our players, because there's some new faces if you've been watching our games. Yes, lady, we are doing blesses and banes as well, so if you want to take fate into your own hands and be the gods, you can decide the fates of our party. Please feel free. I know, Eldritch, you, yeah, and a bane for me. Excellent. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Please note those down. We don't have a tracker keeping them yet, but we'll be working on that. Thank you. Let's meet our players for the evening. So, a new face to the Adventure Archive, somebody that you know and you've talked to plenty of times, and the best neighbor I could ask for. Please welcome Janelle to the Adventure Archive.
Hello.
Or you know her as Cecla22.
Yeah,
Who
that's me.
Who are you going to be
Excited.
playing tonight, Cecla?
I'm gonna play Fakira. Nice to meet ya.
Tell us a little bit about Fakira.
Fakira is a satyr. She met a friend back in the Vale who gave her a present. She came across an issue, and that present turned out to be a little bit more than just a little trinket she thought it was. She made a little, we'll say, pact with this new friend and decided to go off into the wide world and leave the Vale. And she's ended up somehow on Tomorrow's Twilight.
Excellent. A regular face that you know as Cutter from Dark Kingdoms and from his writing streams. You know him. You watch him eat faces like fruit roll-ups. It's Jason.
Hey, everybody.
Who are you going to be? What are you going to be playing in Theros?
I am playing Periergos. I can't even say it. Periergos. He is a bard. He is from Akros, which is not a place where bards usually come from. It's a very militant polis, right?
Pole.
And so he was born into a family of these warriors. He's the youngest of 5 brothers, the other 4 of which are very intimidating looking. And so he left Akros in search of people who were more like-minded, people into the arts and music and writing and everything bards do. And he found Tomorrow's Twilight,
where he could be who he really wants to be.
Exactly.
Awesome. Your brothers are Stracians?
Yes, they are Stracians of the Lakos.
The Scouts.
The elite warriors. Yeah.
That's going to be pretty important. Remember that one.
Okay, good.
You also know him from Dark Kingdoms, the Russian-speaking Kariv Victor. Please welcome Matt to Theros. Matt, who are you going to be playing in Theros?
Well, in Theros, I'm a Leonin, and my name's Nico. Apparently, Ryan was named Nico once, but I'm going to be the real Nico. Nico was born on the golden plains of Oreskos, and he wandered alone in self-imposed exile across the golden plains to the port of Miletus, where his seemingly magical skills as a smith, carpenter, and tinker found their muse. aboard the Tomorrow's Twilight. That night, Captain Morrow invited studious Nico to join her crew, and he crafted a shield emblazoned with Thassa's sigil of such high quality that Perforos took notice. And I'm just learning about Theros, but Andy has thrown out to me that Perforos is like a god of a forge. Anyways, since then, my shipmates aboard the supernatural Byreme have become my new pride. I'm very happy to be here, and one of the main things is that I love cookies. I've got a little bit of a sweet tooth. And if you reach your hand into my cookie jar, it'll talk to you. Maybe bite back, but definitely tell you to keep your hand out of my cookie jar.
Excellent, excellent. We just got raided by the Gilded Troll. Thank you so much,
Matt, you're
Gilded
gonna
Troll.
bring my southern out. Damn it.
I think it's because I watched like some cowboy movies today.
To you viewers watching the Gilded Troll, welcome out of the cold and into Theros, a land that is always
Yes.
comfortable enough to wear your toga in.
Yeah, baby.
So come on out of the cold, sit for a while, and this is our new campaign. You'll notice that Melee isn't here; he's taking a little break for the evening. I'm sure he's watching us. So stick around, enjoy, warm yourself, come out of the cold, and thanks for coming, Ian and Steph. We absolutely love you. If Lady, could you give us a shout out for TGT if you haven't yet? Thank you. A new face, maybe not new to you, because everybody seems to know him. We watch his world building. We watch his art streams. Some of us fly as his wingmates in Night Owl Squadron. Thank you for the follow. You know him, you love him. Late to the Show Entertainment, or L2S. Welcome to the Adventure Archive.
Thank you. It's a lot of fun to be here. I'm really excited.
Who you
I
playing?
will be playing Fonazi Dinata, a Leonin barbarian who left the Golden Plains of Oreskos because he didn't think there was enough competition there for him to really show off his guile and his strength and his prowess in battle. He came from a pride known as the Scratch Scribes, which were more diplomats and scribes, and he just didn't fit in with them. But the one thing they were good at was storytelling of heroes, and so he kind of grew up on that and listened to that while he would be wrestling with all the others that couldn't compete with him. Eventually he decided he had to leave the Golden Plains to find a true challenge and a true way to prove himself. And as he was leaving, he came across something he never thought he would believe would happen: a goddess that stood before him like a colossus and offered him a choice for him to go and choose his own path, to see the world he knows nothing of ahead of him, or to pass by her and revere her, and she would carve out a destiny fit for him. And him, being very aware of his lack of knowledge and wisdom of the outside world, decided to take her promise to heart. And now he follows the goddess Clothis, the goddess of destiny. And he was found by the captain of tomorrow's Twilight after a victory he had in Akros's gladiatorial games. And so after that, the final promise was that he would find a pride to call his own. And he took that offer of going on the ship as the final promise succeeded. And so now he is with this crew.
Well, welcome to the family, and we are so glad to have you here on the Adventure Archive. Been super jazzed about it since you basically were like on the paint stream, like, can I play? It's like, yes, of course. And then you know him, you love him. He's suave. You know him from our Dark Kingdoms game as Sylvester. He's been Tongue Taker. He is the classy man with the classy drink. Eric, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I'm excited. It's gonna be fun.
Who are you playing in Theros?
I am playing Brazino the Fourth Junior. He is a Leonin paladin in service to the god Heliod. He comes from yeah, you remember. He comes from a long line. The Brazino family goes back, and they've always been out of the Pride Lands in search of glory, whether it be in battle, in the games. He himself is a former athlete, and one day he saw a show being put on by Tomorrow's Twilight and was just starstruck by the tales of heroes and grandeur, but also by the accolades and laurels the players got. So he really wanted to join and take the stage, but he's not quite ready for the stage just yet, but he's trying to earn his way there.
Just for everyone, in the Greek world, players weren't people playing Dungeons and Dragons. They were actors on a stage. And the Tomorrow's Twilight is a theater company, a traveling theater company that puts on shows in the Greek style, orates, sets up their own sets. But that's just a cover for what they really do. They are problem solvers, mercenaries, servants to those with the right money and motivations. These individuals have ended up as crew of Tomorrow's Twilight, sailing into the middle of a Theros that is in the darkest times that they've known of. The gods are fighting each other. The followers of the gods are fighting each other, burning each other's temples. Miletus is smoldering, just barely recovering from internal fighting that they've never seen before. Amidst all of this, a dark portent rises from the seers, foretelling doom even worse than we're experiencing now. The portent goes, on the longest day of the year, the last children of Olantin must raise their voices in joy, or else perish in sunfire, along with the hopes of all Theros. This dark portent is being kept quiet by the governing quorum, the Quorum of 12 of Miletus, for fear that they could stoke Theros and Miletus into greater turmoil. But Parasophia, the leader of that governing body, is not sitting idle. She has hired her dear friend, Captain Moro, the captain of Tomorrow's Twilight, to go find these lost children of Olantin and bring joy to them. You are sailing on a ship, heading north out of Miletus, along the coastline. The scene is early morning. You are arriving at the small port town of Alekos. Oh no, that's kind of creepy, but so cool. Alekos once was the trading post of a empire called Olantin. Think Atlantis. Advanced technology, great trade, massive hubris. And for that hubris, the sun god Heliod smote them and sank their empire below the waves. And all that was left over was Alekos. I'm going to switch our scene up here so we can see a little bit bigger of a map. So, what are we looking at here? Here's a map of Alekos. As you can see, here's Tomorrow's Twilight here at the port. Here is a token which you can all control yourself and move around the city, and then the greater city. Everybody see that? Everybody can see that in Roll20?
No.
I see the
no,
Theros
I see the map.
Andy.
We're on the
Yeah.
map still. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm super
There
good
we
at
There we
Roll20.
There you go. You got it now.
Yes. As you walk down the dock with Captain Moro and First Mate Klaus by your side, the rest of the crew is unloading. They are pulling in the oars, putting up the sail, getting ready to unload the stage to begin setting up for the production, which will happen in 3 days. Moro pulls the 5 of you aside into a darker area by the dock and says, I know we spoke about this on the ship, but I just want to reiterate so everyone understands. You have 3 days. You are heroes, and I expect you to act like it. Be proud, and I know that you will tell a story worthy of Nyx. Find your way to the portmaster. If we are going to make this city happy, they'll know the problems that we can solve. Leave it up to the rest of the crew to set up the stage. I know, Nico, you've done such a great job designing this one. We won't need your help setting it up. I think your plans are perfect. Bronzino, Periergos, Kira, and Fonazzi. Fonazzi, yes. Fonazzi. Yeah, there we go. Fonazzi. I'm counting on you to be smart, cunning. Klaus and I are going to go solve a problem that his kind... Klaus is a Triton, by the way, and he stands quietly behind his captain, nodding away as she speaks to you. I expect you to handle all the problems while we go talk to the local Triton colony. Apparently, there's been a misunderstanding and they are hostile towards each other. You understand, a port city and Tritons being hostile towards each other simply won't do. But find out what you can in the city. Go to the portmaster. Learn what plights this city has, and do what you can to solve them. I will meet you tonight to talk about what we've learned and see about your progress. Barnaby is around here somewhere. If you need help, don't forget to ask that old man. And with that, Klaus and your captain began walking towards a distant part of the ocean. Shortly, Captain Moro actually disrobes down to just a small cloth and quaffs a potion, and her and Klaus descend into the sea and disappear.
Nice.
And you find yourselves standing in the middle of a city. And you're free to do whatever you like. But remember, you only have 3 days before the performance, and 3 days before the summer solstice, when the prophecy of doom is supposed to take place. What would you like to do?
Are we familiar with the prophecy, or have we just been, go fix this?
Oh, you have totally been told the prophecy. So, if as many times as you'd like me to tell you again, I can share with you.
I meant in character.
Oh, in character? Yes,
yeah, the characters.
absolutely.
Do the characters go? Okay, good.
Here we go. So this is a general mission statement for the game, and you can read it again. On the longest day of the year, the last children of Alanton must raise their voices in joy or perish in Sunfire along with the hopes of all Theros. And anytime you want to read just kind of a backstory or the mission or how it's going to work, go ahead and take a look.
And Andy, you don't want us, like, we're going to kind of start this like typical D&D, not the resources piece of it.
That will come into effect once you get some information.
Right.
Of course, we'll figure out.
Well, for Kira, I think we're going to need to go see that portmaster. Do you know?
Well,
Where-
obviously.
Where
And
she
I
would
look
be?
around and I look for someone who doesn't immediately avert their eyes when they lock eyes with me.
Give me a perception check for Kira. First roll of the
Woohoo!
new campaign. First roll of the new campaign.
Yeah, baby.
Always something fishy about Tritons.
Come out blazing. Oh, Andy, where's
Oh God,
where's
was
Daria?
that close to a 1?
Whew. Okay, I'm gonna do an opposed because we'll see. Oh. So, you look
There we go.
around the dock, and there's surprisingly people, like, all over the place. Some people have come down to see a new ship coming in, and they all seem a bit confused as they look at the ship and you coming off of it. They're almost all humans. And as a party of Leonin, 3 Leonin, a satyr, and a human, what do you
human.
look like right now? What does a Periergos look like right now?
So I forgot to mention he has beautiful flowing blonde hair
gorgeous.
that is constantly blowing on an unseen wind.
Excellent.
Great.
He has translucent blue eyes, so he is quite the spectacle. He's kind of like Brad Pitt as Achilles, I guess. I'm kind of like that.
Okay. Are you wearing a mask at all, or are you just...
No. I
Okay.
am myself. I'm not wearing a mask.
Are we just on the docks?
Yeah, you're on the docks. So and there really isn't any like commerce going on. The docks are all set up, but you don't see it set up to like send things in or like receive things. It doesn't seem that business is happening. And that's kind of important for a port city. And
Right.
this is definitely a port city. Fakira notices as she looks around, most people like they make eye contact with her and look away, except a young boy who kind of like peers around some like stack of containers, and he like you make eye contact with him, and he just holds it, looking at you curiously.
I give him
See,
the
Fakira,
biggest
he
smile.
sees your beauty.
He smiles back and then kind of steps behind the containers so you cannot see him.
I kind of like hum, obviously, as I pretend to sneak over, kind of like playing a game. I'm like, do 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 do, and I walk over. I'm like, and I knock on the barrel.
He stands up and looks at you expectantly. Says, "Hi, Are you a satyr?"
Yeah. Hi, new friends. I was wondering, where would I go to find the Dockmaster?
Oh, it's that way. He points to the west. It's the largest building, the cleanest building. It's
Okay.
also the guard, the guards' quarters as well. When they're there, you notice that the child is filthy. Like he looks like a street urchin, for sure. But most people around here are kind of filthy too, so it's not unusual. Yeah.
I'll slip in a sneaky copper, and I'm like, thanks, buddy. I hope you'll see us at the show in a couple days.
Oh, thanks. He kind of looks dejected as you hand him the bit of metal, and he pockets it, but he doesn't look very happy to have gotten like money from you. And you guys leave?
I'll raise up my hand and give him
Yeah.
offer a high five.
And can I just ask, because maybe everybody else knows, you mentioned Barnaby, an old man.
Right.
give me-
So Barnaby is kind of like if there was like a third mate, he's the third mate.
And he
And-
stays back on the ship.
Yeah, he's kind of directing things. He's in charge when Moro and
Gotcha.
Klaus are gone, and you know him as the wise old man. Oh, thank you, lady. I wanted to be famous.
I want the big follows.
Don't we
Oh, the big follows. Shoot. So Barnaby
Like
is
quartermaster, maybe?
kind of, yeah. So he kind of is the wise old man who has all the information. When you live to the ripe age of 60 as a human in this world, you're almost automatically a sage because of just the experiences you've had. He was a warrior. You're not sure of the details, but you've heard his war stories many, many times. He bears the scars and the proof of his battles for sure, and swears to you that he died at least once and came back. But despite his boasting and his stories, you know that he definitely has the wisdom. So if Moro and Klaus weren't around, Klaus probably wouldn't be somebody that you talk to for anything except like martial information. Barnaby is a great source of wisdom if you ever feel stumped, and he will be back at the boat potentially.
Hopefully.
Kira, did you find out where that portmaster was?
I offer my hand for a high five.
Yes,
To
my
the
pride.
locate.
Let's follow her. She did the information for us. Eh?
The kid like touches your hand. Actually, he reaches out to touch your hand, and then he thinks better of it and says, "I shouldn't touch you. Everyone here's sick. I don't want you to get sick either. I thought satyrs were supposed to bring happiness, but I don't feel happy. Maybe the gods do hate us." And
No.
he doesn't even wait. He just kind of turns around and like slumps down on the other side of the barrel and goes back to his kind of dejected, awful situation he's in.
And I'd like to walk up to the barrel as lightly as a heavy, big Leonin can.
Thump, thump,
Yeah.
thump, thump.
And I let the sound of like 10 silver just kind of clatter onto the top of the barrel and like kind of sprinkle on either side of him. And I go buy yourself a wooden sword, boy. Enjoy.
He takes the silver, like slowly, almost not taking his eyes off of you and how large you are. And he doesn't say anything. He just kind of turns around and walks away. But you definitely feel like... You feel mixed, because even on his face, you still see that like the money doesn't bring him any relief. And maybe you start to think that maybe food and supplies are so sparse here that even that amount of silver wouldn't buy you much. And as you look around, you see that there's like destitution and like just crap everywhere, and that this is probably a really bad situation.
Let's go find this portmaster right away.
Yeah.
That's what they've been saying this whole time. Let's move on. Hurry it up.
Hurry it up. Okay, you guys can move yourself, but I'm going to stop you on your way right here at the crossroads. Eric, why don't you give us a perception roll for Brenzino? You are muted, sir. I'm drinking the nectar of the gods tonight.
Love it.
For this exact occasion, indeed.
I don't think Eric knows he's muted.
I don't think he knows he's muted. He's still muted. But he did a roll. A 14.
I know I'm muted. I just had to go to the other screen to roll and come back.
Ah, okay.
Rawr.
So, Brenzino looks around as he gets to this main thoroughfare, and he looks up just in time to see a rock sail through the air and come land, like, right in front of you. You had to stop in order for that rock to miss you. And as everyone looks around, they notice everyone is throwing things into the air, and a shadow flies over you with a scream as this awful thing flies across the city above you. In its arms is gripped a man who yells and screams as it flies above the city. Its under wing is lit up with what looks like shining stars, the very essence of Nyx sitting on its underbelly and its shadow, and it screams as it pulls this man through the air, and everyone throws things up at it. What would you guys like to do?
How high up is it?
Oh, hi, yeah.
It's about 30-ish feet off the ground.
All right.
You get to react first. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm going to. So it's carrying a man, though.
Indeed.
I don't want to hit the man. So I'll I guess I'll just pick up that rock because it's right at my feet and throw the rock.
Give me an attack roll with your dexterity modifier.
All right. So I'll just hit. Sorry. Let me get over there.
Oh. Is that a critical fail?
That is a critical fail.
Yeah, baby. Very on brand.
No, not for him. That would have been for Sylvester for sure.
For Sylvester.
Branzino tosses the rock in the air, and you are so distracted by this flying night creature that you don't notice that the rock is coming back down at you and clomps you right on top of the head.
That's on
you
brand,
take
perfect.
4 damage as it slumps you right on the head. All right. Okay. I'm just gonna go around the group here since we started with Eric. Matt, would you like to do anything? Would Nico do anything?
So Nico sees the man. He's just gonna kind of reach out real quick with his little. He's got like a little kind of Smith's hammer. He's in a shield, and he's just gonna kind of point it right at the man. He knows that he can't yank the man away using his version of whatever Theros calls Mage Hand, but he's gonna try to kind of just like yank the guy loose if he can. If he's within 30 feet.
Ooh. What is the weight that can pull?
So it can give it can give a 10-pound kind of torque.
Oh,
to
a
it.
10-pound kind of torque.
So like I'm not trying to like move the guy. I'm just trying to get him.
Right.
Going the wrong way.
I would like to do opposing strength checks, but you're going to have disadvantage on the roll, and
okay.
I don't think any modifier, and it's going to get advantage on the roll.
And use my strength or use like intelligence?
You can use intelligence on it if you like. That seems fair.
Okay. With disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
There we go.
Gonna last a week. 14 or a 10. Oh, wow.
Yes!
Oh, man. Okay.
Roar!
Yeah.
They're great.
Excellent. So the hand grabs onto the man's ankle and pulls just enough to pry him from the beast's gripping paws.
And does he start falling?
He does start falling.
Okay, so I'd like to, because that was a cantrip, with my reaction, I'd like to put Featherfall on.
Excellent. He begins falling slowly, and a cheer goes up as he hits the ground. And then
I have that beautiful shield that I built that impressed Perforos. It looks like Thassa, and I jump over him and and protecting him in case that beast is gonna come down.
You guys are heroes.
Yeah, baby.
Periergos. What is Periergos doing?
He immediately tears his loot from off his back and casts Vicious Mockery at the beast.
Is that a save for...
Save for wisdom, 13.
Save for wisdom. Okay. Ba-boom. Let's see what we've got here.
Yeah.
We're first level, so all my spells.
It doesn't seem to care about your mockery. What do you say to it?
I just keep throwing curses at it, just riffing on my loot like hardcore.
Excellent. And Fakira is up next.
Does it look real tough?
This looks like a mythical creature. It looks like it's pretty badass. And yes, it does have the emotional security of the gods.
that whole Nyx thing. She doesn't really want to piss it off, but maybe she wants to make it chase somebody else. So she is going to cast Expeditious Retreat on herself.
Okay, interesting. All right, and then
she is going to make a big racket trying to get its attention and just start running in a large circle.
give me a charisma check for attracting the attention of this beast.
Performance? Or just straight charisma?
Sure, why not performance? You guys are performers, so might as well. Hide, yeah. Uh-oh.
24?
It notices you, and it screeches as it bemoans losing its meal and flies down towards you, trying to grab you.
She now thinks this is a horrible idea.
We'll let that be discovered on its turn. All right, Fananzi.
So, is this a large creature or is it larger than large?
It's a large creature.
Okay. I'm gonna see it coming down for Kira, and I'm going to let out a large roar and go into a rage as I unsling my net. And now if I do this, is it considered dual wielding, quote unquote? I'm using one and then I'm using the other, so I have to use it one-handed.
Well, you're kind of throwing one,
Yeah. So what would it be?
I figure that you're trained in it. You can hold a Triton and throw a net at the same time.
Right.
You could do that in real life.
I just want to make sure that technically works for you. Okay, cool. So I throw first. I throw the net at the beast.
Make an attack roll.
Okay. So
Come on, Fonz.
for net, is it?
It's probably dexterity for the net.
Yeah. Okay. Because it says make an attack roll.
Yes, make an attack roll.
I'm looking for how it allows me to do that. With
there should be a little die just sitting there, and you just click the die, and it will display it into roll 20.
Oh, right in the description of the net. Okay, let's try that. Yeah, normal. Normal roll, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
11. The net sails just short, and we have a brief intermission here with Baby Beatum showing up. Hi, see everybody? Wave. Hi. Say hi. Hi, everybody in chat. This is my son. Yeah. Yeah. It's time for his Betty bye. Love you. We're not going to let any creatures come and take you.
Bronzino the Fifth.
Bronzino the Fifth. Eventually, he will be an adventurer in his own right. Love you, buddy. Night, night.
Well,
And of course, my lovely wife, Stephanie.
So, what's the range? Could I get to this beast by just stabbing up at it? Is it low enough?
It is flying down at Fakira, but you've already made an attack. And by the time it would get to Fakira, it will most likely be out of range. And it dives in at Fakira and tries to bite her.
Cool.
And gets a 16.
Yeah. AC 15.
Oh, it jams down on you and immediately just clamps onto you, shaking you and screaming with an unnatural sound, almost like metal being torn. And it then drops you and immediately flies up into the air. Something about you didn't taste right to it. Are you going to use anything to... Yep, okay.
Yep.
And its teeth can't seem to bite into your skin, and your skin grafts together almost as the wounds enter. Realizing it's not going to get an easy kill, it flies away from you. Everybody can make an attack roll as it flies out of the area. Just everybody
Yeah.
pile it on. Go ahead.
Javelin.
Yeah, javelin.
Oh, that face. That lion face.
Oh yeah, Andy. I lit him on fire.
You lit him on fire. Oh,
Nice.
excellent.
Oh yeah.
What was the
I
attack
say
roll?
rapier, but it's my spear.
What was the roll for Eldritch Blast? I didn't see an attack roll.
Was it 24?
24. Okay.
Apparently, it's my favorite number now.
Excellent. So I see 10 total damage from Fakira.
8 force, 2 thunder.
Very nice. You stab it with your spear, huh? Do you throw your spear at it, Periargos?
Yeah.
And why?
I rolled terribly.
Ah,
Oh wait, wait.
It sent your rapier.
Yeah, that's just what it is.
Oh god.
Yeah, I rolled a 4. So it flies like 2 feet off the ground.
I think
2
in
feet
Greece
off the
they
ground.
say "es no bueno."
Everybody gets their attacks in. The magic
No
seems
bueno.
to have the most effect, and even as you hit it and the damage is done, you see it kind of absorb into the blackness
Ugh.
that makes up the underneath of it, and it flies off and perches on one of these spires on top of what looks to be a temple to Thassa, and it turns
Oh, yeah.
around and screams at the city. And then it begins to fly off to the east.
Yeah, get out of here.
Nice. I want to immediately throw on my freshly made theater lion mask and start playing a tune. Tonico, the savior, sing along with me. And I just start
Excellent,
busting out a
excellent.
tune for the
Yes,
crowd.
yes, yes.
And as he does that, we've done this
That's not-
before.
that's not
He reaches into his pack and he pulls out like his little amphora of cookies. And when he opens it, it doesn't make the noise. And the kids were kind of hungry. He noticed that they were kind of hungry when Shakira gave him the money. And so if there's any kids around, he's gonna give them.
Oh, there's people like coming up to like congratulate you. The man that you saved is just thank Karametra, thank God, thank you so much. I thought I was going to the underworld through that thing's intestines. Thank you. He is gaunt. He is like skinny. But everyone comes forward to like cheer you on as you have saved this man's life and given them perhaps just a little bit of hope. I'm going to say that's 3%. And we'll talk about percentages here in a little while because it's math, you know. Thank you, Mako Jim. Yeah, we are having fun in Theros. It's a great new world and a great new adventure. And already the heroes are looking like heroes. Cut the scene. You guys make it over to the port master's building, and you see it's like a big a big old like government building. It looks to be like part barracks, part like offices for doing transactions for ports and stuff. And the entire time you're walking along here, people are following you, cheering you along. At the same time, you also notice that like there's other people that just, even though you have done something worthy of praise, that they just couldn't give a shit. They're so dejected, and you see that even that little bit of hope doesn't seem to affect them at all. Some people are following you. As you get close to the portmaster's office, you see a crowd gathered, people, and they are shouting things at the building, and keeping them away from the building are these guards dressed in like a very sea blue with black armor, keeping them away from the building, trying to tell the crowd to calm down, we're doing what we can. A grizzled man who isn't wearing a helmet yells at them, "Get out of here, we can't help you, we couldn't help you yesterday, what makes you think we can help you today?" Nick, I told you, we're not gonna help you with your neighbor's dispute. We're all in the shit here. Get away from here. But the people persist. You hear a woman begging, have you seen my child? Has anyone seen my child? And just a multitude of problems being begged for solving from these people. What would you like to do?
I think we've got to go in and see the portmaster. Don't you think so, Fonz?
Yes, Nico, I say we...
Yes, let's go.
Thank you for the Bane. And we got some blesses in
All the
here, too.
blessings.
Yeah, there's
For
a lot
Eric.
of blesses in there.
For Matt.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, no. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, Jables. Thanks for stopping by. It's been a good one so far. I'm very much enjoying Theros. It is definitely a little different of a setting. So you push your way through the crowd, and as you do, the guards actually make way for you, and you see the man who's bearded and helmless waves you over. Tourist from Oreskos. This is odd. Can I help you?
Not tourists, performers. And I give him a big,
Yes, we are
toothy, sharp grin.
we're here to bring joy and happiness to you. Why so gruff, friend?
Performers. Damn, that's the last thing we need. I heard you must be with tomorrow's Twilight, putting on a show on the summer solstice. Don't you know what happened to Olanton? No one here worships Heliod. We live in fear of him. The solstice is the worst day possible.
Perhaps we can help change that if you give us a chance. What
Well.
seems to be the problem here?
Well, it's not my job to tell you. You're here to talk to the portmaster, I take it.
Yes.
I'll take you to her. This way.
Good.
And he leads you into some very dusty, miskept offices. It's pretty obvious that, like, the guard here is in shit condition. They seem, like, overburdened. You hear a conversation about how everybody's just fed up with guarding the temples, and with the conflict between the gods. They have to stop the citizens of their own towns from burning down the temples in their own towns because the gods are telling them to do so. So they are spending all of their resources to protect the town from itself. Eventually, he leads you to an office that is put across by a drape. And he pulls the drape across, and sitting at a table, peering over scrolls and missives, is a lovely-looking Leonin lady. And she looks up at you. Oh. Menelaus, who are these people?
Oh, another beauty.
Having trouble hearing. It's very quiet. Uh-oh. Well, let's see what we can do about that. Is that better?
Jason, you've almost got your dream of an all-cat episode.
I know, right?
Just wait until I get disguised self.
I guess I could
Thank you,
put
Crusader.
my mask on, yeah.
Okay. The man says, These are the performers from tomorrow's Twilight, miss. They've come to talk to you about our problems. And he gestures to let you in. And
Correction, we are here to solve your problems.
Oh, fantastic. And with that, he leaves. I'll be busy keeping the town safe from itself. And walks out. And you are alone in the office with this Leonin woman. You must forgive the captain. He He's a bit stressed these days. We all are. I think you understand.
How can we help?
So you work for Captain Morrow?
Hmm.
Good. I know what you really are, and I know how capable you are, so, let me begin the litany of our problems. And now we're going to talk about quests and how they're going to happen in Theros Tomorrow's Twilight. To make it absolutely 100% clear when we are solving these problems, I have provided quest cards. And the first quest she begins talking about is called Man-Eater. I'm sure you saw it flying through the air. Every day it comes and harasses the city, carrying off someone who is not paying enough attention. It's been harassing us for a few months. Until recently, though, it stayed mostly to the farmlands, carrying away goats and farmers and the occasional would-be hero, such as yourselves, who sought to bring the thing down. It makes its home in the Trekkies Pass to the east of here. We can see it flying back with its meals there occasionally. If you were to bring back its head, you would take a huge weight off of the city. One of the only things we've been able to count on lately is our walls, and that thing can fly right over them. And with that, here is your first quest.
Cool. And we'll be able to find those up in the...
Yes,
Yeah,
they
right
should
on.
be in your journal.
Notes.
Perfect.
So,
Thanks, Andy.
the objective of this quest is slay the monster and bring back its head to alleviate the people's fear. You'll see that the reward is 10%. What that 10% means is after 3 days of solving Alekos' problems, the crew of Tomorrow's Twilight will be putting on a show. And that show is designed to bring ultimate joy to the people of Alekos and hopefully avert this terrible prophecy from taking place. Right now, if you went and did that performance without solving any of their problems, there would be a 97% chance that it would fail and the prophecy would come to fruition of doom. So you would have to roll a 98, a 99, or a 100 on a percentile die to succeed. For every quest that you successfully perform, you will get a reward of percentage points taken off of that rate of failure. When the performance takes place on the third day, you'll roll a percentile die, and depending on where that percentage of failure is, you will succeed in bringing joy, or you will fail. You'll notice that this quest has 10 percentage points. That's a lot. That is a lot. You'll also notice that you have the ushers, the stagehands, and the players. You can send these members of your crew to go solve this problem for you, in the cost of them having to be indisposed for a day. The ushers, who are the spearmen of Tomorrow's Twilight, will get to roll 1 dice with advantage, and it will be a scaling thing. They will succeed or they will fail, and depending on how good or bad the roll is, it will have negative consequences for the ushers. The stagehands, it will take a day, and they have disadvantage because they aren't very good at fighting things, and you'll have to convince me of why they should even be allowed to make a roll in the first place, because they're craftsmen, not fighters. And then the players, the actors in the show. If you send them to go kill this beast, you will automatically fail, because they're not warriors, they're not meant to hunt big mythical creatures.
It's nice of you to let us know that
Yeah,
in advance.
that is quest number 1. And if you guys would like to ask any questions of her, there's plenty of information on the quest form, but if you want to ask the Portmaster any questions, you can do so specifically about this.
Excuse me, miss. This a man-eater. Are there any weaknesses that might help us in our quests?
We haven't noticed anything unusual, except he seems resistant to magical attacks. I don't know if you saw, but he has the essence of Nyx underneath him. He's most certainly an unnatural creature. If you choose to go on this quest, you'll probably have to take him at his lair. And it is high on a peak in the Trekkies Pass. So, if you're going to do it, be sure you get yourself some climbing gear on the way out of town. Would you like to know about other things plaguing us?
Well, of course. That is why we are here.
Quest number 2. Quest number 2 is Followers of Ruin. We're starving, and it's all because of those damned marauders. They came out of the waste to the north wearing bodies, wearing the skin of the slain. They kill anyone they see, burn anything they can. The farmers have either retreated to the city or focused on fighting them off. So new food's coming into the market. It looks like followers of Mogus have descended upon the greater farmlands of around Alekos and are attacking farmers and people indiscriminately. Dealing with the marauders. Go kill them. It's a kill quest. It will be more complicated than that, but as you can see, it has a 5% reward, and also has some ways you can solve it with the ushers, advantage in 1 day, stagehands straight roll 1 day, and the players, of course, auto-fail, because they don't fight. Let's just go straight through the quests here.
Yeah.
Quest number 3. Striations at the Gates. The gods must hate us, and a Crowan force has made camp in the valley to the east. It is only 400 striations, but that would overwhelm our town in the midst of these troubles. What's worse is we've heard the sounds of battle and strange booming coming from the valley. If it's the Revenant Army, will soon be a war zone. They haven't made contact with anyone, so we're on edge, understandably. By the fates, I wish they'd go back to Akros. This is a variable quest, so depending on how you do, you could get 1% or 10%. Discover a favorable resolution with the Crone forces. The ushers have disadvantage, because there are only 60 warriors and taking on 400 would be very hard. The stagehands get disadvantage because they're not great at talking to people. And in this case, the players get a straight roll. Only 5% if you send them. Quest number 4. A civil plea. A mob of citizens angry with the gods sacked and burned the temple of Karametra just on the edge of town. Despite the recent violence, most of the town regrets this and would love to see the temple restored. Repair the damage to the temple and help Alekos make amends with Karametra. This is another scalable quest. This is a works mission. Most likely you guys aren't going to do this. This is something basically written for the stagehands. Unlike the ushers and the players who could go clean up the temple, only the stagehands could rebuild it in a way that would be deserving of the gods. And as you can see, if you spend 2 days of them working on it, which loses you them for a day, you could end up with 10% off of your overall fail for the end of your performance.
Does the percentage make a difference depending on how many of the works people we bring to it?
No, you basically that they will be entirely consumed for those 2 days. So think of each time you like put one in there, that resource is spent for that day.
Gotcha.
And then let's see here. Oh, the last one. Let's see here. for today. This is actually the 10th quest. Bad Mama. Times are bad. Lots of people go missing when times are bad, but this is beyond the norm. What's worse is it's all kids. Everywhere you look, some mother is looking for a missing child. Something's going on, something bad. People sure would feel better if they knew what it was, and then fixed it. Find the missing children and whatever is taking them. Reward 4 to 7 variable. The ushers have a straight roll. Stagehands have disadvantage, and the players have advantage on this one. Those are the quests that she informs you of. If you have any questions about them or would like to know anything specifically, now would be the time to ask questions. Basically, what you're going to do right now is you're going to decide what quest you're going to do. Then you should decide what quests the players, the stagehands, and the ushers are going to take.
Well, I think getting rid of the beast would probably be best fit for us. And then perhaps, I don't know about the rest, but there's nothing our ushers can't handle against those marauders.
Yeah. The striations, though, I think they might require a little finesse, you know?
So you have 5 quests and four people to go solve them. One of your quests is going to have to be ignored for today. Yeah. It doesn't mean you can't do it tomorrow.
So Nico
no splitting the party. Not in Dungeons and Dragons. Bad shit happens when you split the party.
Nico has this kind of like a liony kind of beard that he kind of pulls on that you guys can see in D&D and Beyond. He's kind of looking at it and Faunaze, I like your idea. You and Rosino know more about fighting straight up, so I'm gonna trust you on this one. But the stagehands, this is pretty clear cut. We'll send them on that works mission. I'll give them a couple pointers before we send them on their way. I'll go with you guys, but if you think we're gonna get the man-eater, we'll send the stagehands on the works mission. Really, the only question is, do we want to send the players to the Acroan forces, or do we want to send them to help those kids? Now, I'm wondering, can we get those Acroan forces to help us later? I don't know much about Acroa.
Well, I know a thing or two, perhaps.
You would have to go see this force yourself, Periergos. How? Oh, thank you for the bless for Fakira, the Grand Eldritch. How much do you stay up on the happening in Akros?
Not much. I would say that once I left, that was it.
But let's say if you were in a tavern and you heard someone talking about Akros, would you pay attention?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Well then, you would still need to go take a look at who they are. 400 to you isn't like an invading force. 400 seems more like a statement to you. Somebody's trying to say something through a show of force, but not necessarily invade. It's possible, you know, probably better than anyone, the inflexibility of a Crowan culture, but you also know that they're humans too and can be, or they're people too and can be talked to.
Now, Perry, if we send these players off to talk to the Crowans, they're going to get themselves killed.
I don't believe they are seeking battle. I believe it's a display of sorts.
But
I think it is
frustrating.
best if we approach them and see what they are looking for.
But I guess my question
exactly, Cam. The First Crowan Expeditionary Force, and Periergos would probably know this, that if it was a group of 400, most likely they are entirely composed of Lucos.
Oh, okay.
Yes, they wouldn't send their like normal guard or just average Stracians on something like this. Every single one of them would be.
I mean,
Well, considering they are the Lucos, my brothers whom I left some time ago could be among them.
do you think this will help us or hurt us?
They are larger and not quite as handsome as I, but you know, what can you do?
You are a handsome fella.
Oh,
Not
not
gonna
as
lie.
handsome as you.
Oh man,
He licks his paw. And
I'm
kinda
so
puts his-
entranced
love.
by your
kitty love.
exotic face.
What
I have
if
to
we,
wear one of my own.
What if we sent the hands to go handle that temple?
Yeah, I think we should get them going right away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we
To
go.
send people on the mission, do we need to walk back to the tomorrow's Twilight? Send them on their way?
You know, you will, but we can make that happen really quickly. So I'm gonna put, here is a little thing for the stagehands. And
Yeah,
right
it
up
seems like a
here,
no-brainer.
I'm gonna put the civil plea up there, absolutely. So here's another question. Do you want them to work on it for 1 day or 2 days?
I would say 2.
2. Okay, excellent.
They're gonna need some food once they get their feet under them again.
Totally agree. We need to have early success here. You know we're going to kick ass in that play.
Yeah.
As soon as we get
Yes.
Brazino up on stage.
Heck yeah.
No, Brazino, not ready for stage.
You're telling me, buddy.
Okay.
Want to save children, no?
That's what I'm thinking. Like, we're going to send these players into 400 wolves. We can maybe have them go help some moms find their kids.
Yeah. I agree.
Oops.
It would help the morale of the town.
For certain.
How many players are there? Like 12,
There,
30?
there is like 14 of them.
Well,
Okay.
and I think also if we get the players eaten up by these wolves, we ain't got much of a play now, do we?
We should go save children and then send ushers on Manita, players to the stations, and stagehands to the civil plea.
I'm going to have to agree with you there, Brazino.
Okay.
What do you think,
I
Fauna?
hope you brought your human masks with you.
Why do I need human mask?
Well, let's just say they aren't used to your kind.
Who?
Well, I think
Who's-
we're going to the man-eater.
Everyone like me.
Yeah.
Yes.
So which one are we not completing?
Do you think
Today.
we are ready to fight this beast?
No, I say we go save the children.
And that is why I ask if you have your human mask. We don't want to scare them away. Now, I can appreciate your beauty, of course, but little children may be afraid.
Brazino, and soft and furry and
All right, I will
If you
use my
carry
mask to bring them over and show that you mean no harm. You are not a monster like the one who is painted with the stars and flies above the sky.
no.
I will walk in the back for this one.
Ah,
Okay, so far as I understand it, you're sending the stagehands on the civil plea to fix
Yes.
up the temple for 2
Yes.
days. What are you doing with the players? Because it sounds like I hear a little bit of a difference here between.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am too.
Are you guys gonna go do the man eater quest, or are you gonna send the?
I think- Let me come out of lion mode here.
So something to know
So-
is that the ushers have advantage on the man eater quest.
Exactly. That's why I was
Right,
thinking
yeah.
that the ushers are the best for the man eater because they get advantage. That's a 10%er.
So
The stagehands get the civil plea. And didn't the players for the stations is a gate or are they a straight roll?
They are a straight roll, and
So-
you
Okay.
get less for doing it.
Eric,
I was
there-
thinking.
there-
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was gonna say there's 2 missions though that are combat oriented, and I remember Andy saying in the prep that like we'll always be the best, like we'll be better than
in
the
every situation.
in
not-
every
not
situation.
just combat
And so my
situations.
thought is like we should always default to the most heroic path, and like Brazino is like the follower of glory.
Right,
And
right,
I
right.
can definitely hear Perry telling a tale about this man-eater.
I've been debating that in my head, but also children are young and they'll live a long time and they'll tell stories about how this man came and saved this lion man came and saved them.
Okay. All right. I'm going to put my face back on.
That being said, the performers might be a bit more wily in finding the children and where they've been hidden or taken.
Plus, there's more of them. They can carry more kids.
The players do get advantage on the Bad Mama quest.
They get advantage.
They do. Okay.
And the kids probably aren't going to try to kill them.
And despite the players being like just actors, they're also acrobats and like they are
the world's
they
best
are
nannies.
capable in like fighting. So like if they had to take out do some fighting, they could indeed. They're not as good as, of course, the ushers or you, but they're very capable at finding something. They're great spies.
Cirque du Soleil ninjas.
Right, perfect.
Yes.
So we send them, the players, after Bad Mama.
To Bad Mama, yeah.
The stage has a civil plea, and then do we want to go to the Striations or to the Man-Eater?
Well,
Man
there's
eats the
one
first
item
one.
that we won't be able to fulfill today. There's one extra, so
Yeah, I know.
I'm thinking.
It doesn't go away though. You can still do it the next day. if you
Tomorrow.
want to.
That's my
Man-Eater
thinking.
today.
Get rid of the big problems
Possibly.
first.
I
Well,
think
perhaps
we leave
we
the
convince-
throwing.
Bigger stuff.
Perhaps we convince my people to help with the beast.
That's why I'm thinking the Striations, and you have a connection with them.
Oh.
Yes?
But we're going to be able to send the
of
ushers
sorts.
somewhere.
Yes.
No, you say your brothers. No?
Yes, I have brothers. I have not spoken to them in some time, but yes, they are of my kin.
I did not pay much
You would not
attention to the people of Akros, but I do know they're stubborn and love war.
Let's just say they frown upon my profession of choice. They would rather see me with a spear in hand than lute and pen.
But
Tell me.
I do think, though, as we were sailing over here, I mean, I see Faunaze and I see Brazino just itching to get into a fight. Now, I'm more of a man that uses my mind. Maybe not my brawn so much. More of a runt of the litter, similar to my friend Perry here. But,
oh,
why don't-
you are no runt.
well,
Do not
compared,
speak of
compared
yourself
to
so. You
a
are a
human, the little pink naked
you
thing
are
like
quite the
yourself.
spectacle, my friend Nico. You took the man from the beast.
But I
Okay.
think,
So let me look here. So the
because the ushers have advantage against the followers of Mogus,
yes they
Yeah.
do.
and it's less point, it's worth less.
It will be the same. It'll be the same reward. It's not variable. So
As Maneater?
no,
Yeah.
it's less. It's less if you went
Yeah.
to go do it. It would still be less. If you send the ushers to do it, it'll still be less.
Yeah.
Man-Eater's not going to disappear, but it is going to show up and probably munch on some
Yeah,
townspeople
yeah.
while you go talk to the Strations.
Yeah.
Going to live up to its
Strations are a problem,
namesake.
too.
And we've got we know that we can't hit him with magic, but we've got a badass barbarian, a badass paladin who's like, you're early level, so magic is not going to matter as much for you. And then I've got kind of some armor stuff going on and can protect people. I
So
can put
the question is,
shield.
what do you want to go do today? The quest Man-Eater or the quest Stration
Heroic.
at the Gates?
The man-eater.
Yeah.
Well, by the way, so we're in a Greek setting.
If we get
settle,
TPK'd?
we can settle things like
Oh,
by voting,
yeah.
by
Vote.
voting. So let's do this.
We're not gonna draw straws?
Who votes for Stations at the Gates? Stations at the Gates. I don't hear any. Well, I hear one. Who for Man-Eater?
Be closing my eyes.
That's a 4. Okay, it looks like we're gonna go do Man-Eater, and Stations at the Gates will stay full. It'll
I
stick
voted
around.
for both because I don't really understand how democracy works.
Yes, excellent. Yes. Okay, so the quest we are setting out on today.
As they're walking back to the boat, Nico's just rambling on to Brazino, like, well, you know, Brazino, like, every person gets one vote. And he's just like rambling on about democracy. And you're like, wow.
I did. I voted, and I voted for that, and I voted for
I
that.
vote
'cause I
early
like
and
both.
often.
The
Exactly.
portmaster bids you adieu, and best of luck. May the gods bring you victory, and Erois watch over you. And bows her head, and you leave. You head back to tomorrow's Twilight and give your orders. The ushers hop to it and begin assembling to go on a killing quest. They begin marching out to the east into the farmlands. Barnaby is coordinating them, and he gives you a nod and hobbles off with a little bit of a limp. You tell the actors about the situation with the missing children, and they immediately get into costume. They within 5 or 10 minutes, they look like the people of Alekos, with hidden blades in their cloaks and other fun toys for them to play with. As you tell the stagehands about the temple outside of town, they look over to Nico and start discussing. Do you want us to rebuild the stonework? What we can do? Would you like us to go all out on this, or just enough?
Well, we've talked about this, and I think you guys need to take 2 days to do your best work.
We will
We
bring
really
our
need to make
masons'
impression.
tools then. We will bring our masons' tools then. And they take their equipment and begin to leave. And all that's left on tomorrow's Twilight is a crew of maybe like 10. Just kind of tending to the ship, guarding the ship. It's in good hands. This is normally how things go. You guys going to get a couple things before you leave? Oh,
Yes,
Yeah, I think so. Can we short rest too?
we need the climbing equipment as well.
sure.
Yep.
You can take a short rest.
Yes, climbing equipment.
Climbing equipment. You make your way over to the bazaar.
Because that helps you, right, Eric? The short rest.
It's my bread and butter.
Oh, but he's
I'm
muted.
muted, Eric.
Muted, Eric.
Yeah, I keep pulling Orion. Yeah, short rest will help. I hit myself in the head with a rock, so.
Excellent.
Pass out for a second.
Excellent. Okay.
His version of a catnap.
You guys get to the bazaar, and it is a awful sight. Like, half the stalls are just like posts with like a roof on them and nothing for sale. About the only shop open is this very large tent here, and it's just jam-packed with stuff. He's got some food, but it's like nasty food, and a larger, balding, pot-bellied merchant looks around and tries to like haggle prices with people who've come in, and he's driving those prices up because nobody has anything, and he has it. He also has a large, burly guard who looks like he has never skipped arms day, but skips legs day a little bit. Kind of like leans on some furniture in the corner and eyes you. He has like a dagger in his hand, and he's like picking some dirt out of his fingernails and eyes you. They're both bald. They look like they could be brothers, and one of them's just like a little more fit than the other one. But you enter the store, and the merchant eyes you. Leonin, I absolutely love the craftsmanship of the Raskos. Have you come to trade? I, unlike anyone here in Alekos, have things to trade. You've come to trade, right? Right?
I
Course!
Of
And I
course.
go like sideways from behind him.
Us Leonin, we love to trade. It is our favorite thing.
He
I love it.
eyes you like, of course, of course, your people love to trade, and then turns back to the three Like
Behind him, I
Leonin?
give him a
Yeah.
little hand, like, let him have this.
Okay, excellent.
I feel like it's safe to assume that Brazino is the talker of the lion, of the three.
I don't know about that, but okay.
I mean,
You would know too, though. I don't pick up on things quick. So when you guys
Yeah,
are
yeah.
like, yes, we do, I'd be like, what?
Well, welcome to the Fortizzi Brothers, our Emporium, the Fortizzi Brother Emporium. I am Nicolos, and that is Nicolais. The Fortizzi Brothers. What do you need? And what do you have to sell?
I am Brazino the fourth junior, and I am looking for climbing gear.
I have already forgotten your name, but we have some picks.
I am Brazino the fourth junior, and I am looking for climbing gear.
Yes, how could you forget the name Branzino?
like Princess Bride. You killed my father. Give me gear.
Prepare to die.
We have some piths and hammers, and some climbing rope. It will cost you a bit. It is uncommon for people around here. They're not mountain faring people, but I have it. I do.
If the people around here are not mountain faring, then why a price high? You will not sell it to anybody else.
Give a persuasion check.
Nico's like very impressed. Like he's got the eyebrow up, like ooh.
And the Fortizzi brothers are not very smart, and they're definitely not charismatic.
I mean, this must be one of his. Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh.
So he's
They came out
he
smoke.
looks at you a little incredulously and is just like, "Oh, good night, Mako. Thank you for stopping by."
Hi, Mako.
So he has been so used to just having his way with prices that he's kind of like, no, I don't think so. The price will be the price I say, and the price I say it is 10 drachmae. So 10 gold, please.
Can I whisper something to? It was. Oh my god. Brazino, could I whisper something to Brazino?
Sure.
Okay. Say, as far as I remember, we only need the pitons and the hammers. I have rope.
So I look back at him, I'm like, no rope, just pythons and hammers. Whatever those pieces are.
Aye, fine then. 5 gold for the pitons and hammers you need. That is fine.
Can I step forward for a second and maybe he's got a table between us, doesn't he?
No, actually, he's kind of like standing on a rug, and you're on the other part of the rug, and he's pointing to like the things which are like set up on like a rack.
It's like a souk.
I
There is
give,
no table between you.
and he's got his 2 bodyguard dudes on
It's
either
only
side of
one.
him.
It's only
one.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanna step forward and I wanna kind of give a little side eye nod up to the one who skipped leg day, and then cross my arms and look down at this merchant and just kind of pop my chest out a bit and then. Just because we're from a faraway land doesn't mean we don't know the price of things here. A hammer and pitons can possibly be 5 gold in a place derelict like out there.
And
Tell
to help,
me the real price.
to help Fanaze, Nico is kind of like picking his teeth with one of his claws, kind of like he's picking some raw meat out of it, just to like boost the intimidation a little bit.
All right.
Even though Nico's a total
give
puss.
me
but-
an advantage, intimidation roll with advantage.
Okay, hold on. Okay. Intimidation. with
So how you
advantage.
do advantage is you hold down
No.
shift, and it should change that dice to be green, and then you hit that. Seize the means of production.
We're gonna be farmers now.
Yeah.
Miners.
Can I use? Oh, you're letting me use advantage though. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm helping.
Yeah. Right. I have to call bless beforehand, correct?
No, you can go ahead and
No?
put it on there.
Before you know
I
the
want to
fail.
use.
Alright.
Yeah, I want to use bless.
That's the least barbarian roll
Oh,
ever.
so it's 10. A 10.
The gods do not will it. The gods. Well, let's see. Maybe the gods do will it. Here we go.
Been smote.
Oh! The gods will it.
Roar!
Apparently.
They're great.
The balding merchant looks
Tiger.
over at his brother for like help, and the brother who's sitting down on the furniture, like picking his fingers, looks at him, gives a little shrug, like, "What am I gonna do?" Okay. I tell you what. It's not the true price, but I tell you, it's the only one around. I can go as low as 1 drachmi. 1 drachmi. That's not a lot. I still make a little. You get what you need. Just 1 drachmi. Look at the weapons you have. You can afford it, I'm sure. Okay. You part with 1 drachmi for the and just so there's no bad blood in the future, he throws in the rope too. So now you have extra rope. You have enough pittons and hammers for each of you. Plus, each of you has a 50-foot length of hemp rope. Add it on. If you don't already have it, go for it.
They like 5 pittons, 10 pittons.
So I would say you probably need 8 to 10 for yourself to like really, if you were gonna do like climbing, you could get away with 4, but we're gonna have some skill checks coming up because you guys are gonna climb a mountain. So
Yeah, we are.
You want as many as you can get your hands on.
So sorry, how many total of pittons do we?
So 10 each.
10 each. Okay, and then 1 hammer. Okay.
And a hammer. Some of the hammers don't have like a thong attached to them, so you're gonna have to be careful holding those things. Okay.
Dropping.
I take it you guys decide to head out. The guard at the gate here points out the Trekkie's Pass. And he points it out, and you can see in the distance it's quite a ways. So, as per the rules written in the book, at what speed would you like to travel?
Ooh.
So you have a slow speed. You can do like active perception checks, look out for ambushes. You do know that there are things out there. Or you could go at normal speed where you're using kind of your passive. Or you could go at full, where like full speed, where you will get there obviously faster, but have disadvantage. Or if people are trying to hide and ambush you, they get advantage on those rolls to surprise you.
The beast didn't get his meal today. Perhaps we should be cautious, but not too slow.
Now, there is a downside to going slow.
Oh, I meant to do like medium speed, like
Right.
middle, yeah.
There is a downside potentially to going even medium speed.
Okay.
The downside being, if you have to do climbing, you want it to be when you have light, correct? So
Yeah.
you run the risk, if you are delayed, of having to either wait till tomorrow to climb or climb in Twilight. In Theros, there's quite a bit of light coming from Nyx, so you could do it, but it will have a massive effect.
And do only the Leonin have dark vision?
I think so. I think there's very few races in Theros that have dark vision.
So the satyr does not. Gotcha.
I didn't know the satyrs didn't have it. Okay, interesting.
Okay. And off you go.
Before we go, could I try to grab like a few pieces of
Actually,
meat?
A few pieces of meat.
Yes.
Sure. You find some in the market. It's not very good. It's like goat meat.
Perfect.
So I don't know how you feel about eating goat meat.
Beast
Doesn't
worthy.
be good.
A satyr eating
Well,
goat
I
meat.
don't plan to eat it.
It's not for
Oh.
Fakira. It's for the beast.
Yeah.
It's for the beast. Excellent.
Yeah. Beastie.
Okay. With that, we are on our way.
I'm gonna smell amazing.
Yeah, you are.
Before you stretches out the countryside around Alekos. It is a mostly verdant farmland. You see that there's like fields of wheat kind of growing unrestricted. Some trees kind of like set them up, but as you guys travel into the wilderness, or not the wilderness, the surrounding territories, you notice that a lot of that wheat is untended to the point where it's become gross. Like, it's kind of past the point that it should be harvested. There are obviously critters living rampantly through the fields, and the evidence that the farmers are not doing what they need to do is evident. All the way over here is the Trekkies Pass. So how we're going to do this is the travel will be divided up into 5 different sections, and each one of you is going to roll a survival check. We're going at medium speed, correct?
Well,
think
you
so,
said though we wouldn't be able to
but-
see when we get there.
Potentially,
Oh, right.
potentially, depending on how things go.
Maybe we start off quick.
You're
where
going
it's
to
flat.
start off quick where it's flat and then change it up. That's fine. You can completely do that. Okay. So, why doesn't everybody roll initiative?
Do we need to click on our icon or no?
I don't know.
We can't, can we?
go, yeah, because there is no icon for you
Okay.
to do. So, I will add you in.
Nice.
I love
Okay.
that we all have plus.
2.
So, Branzino.
Yeah, I didn't do so great.
You didn't do
Aw.
that, right?
Great.
Branzino.
I don't even see yours.
Yeah, he's up
It's at the
above.
top.
Oh, got it.
Branzino. We have Nico. We have Periergos.
Now, Brazino, in the democracy, you've got everyone gets their own vote. See, not 2 votes, 1 vote per issue.
I only voted once for each thing.
Man, I love you. You make me laugh, my friend.
Okay.
Not my intention, but okay.
So, Branzino got a 6. Nico got a 15. Periergos got a 16. And Fakira got a 17. Very nice.
And Fonazai.
Oh, also
Fonazai.
got a
Fonazai
17.
got the
What is
The
gonna be-
Fonz, hey!
What is going to be the...
Hey.
So, it looks
Fonazay
like
can go first.
Fonazay is going to go first, basically.
Yeah, baby.
Okay.
So that's perception.
It's a survival roll actually for
alright.
the trek.
Ooh, okay.
Kind of.
Just
like our
straight. Just straight.
What? So you should have potentially bonuses to your survival check. Like it's in your skill thing. So
No, I mean like not advantage, like just straight.
just straight. Yeah, you don't.
Okay. Mhm.
Survival of a 3. Okay.
Going real fast in the wrong direction.
We're coming out throwing fire.
Onazi, what are you doing?
Hey,
Oh, that's it.
You're going to make us lose our way.
it looks like a
you
rotten
like to hear a song,
Oreskos over
perhaps?
here. I'm sorry, it looks the same.
Okay. So you guys move about halfway across here, and give me one more roll. This time, do a percentage roll. You're gonna have to do that in roll 20, though.
Who, me or the next person?
No, you, L2.
Okay, so D100, gotcha.
Yes, do a D100. 79. Okay. So, as you guys are traveling across the way, you guys come around a bend in the road, and there, sitting in the roadway, let me change the mood here just a little bit. They're sitting in the roadway, on top of several horses, are...
Oh, thanks.
Thank you for the raid.
Thank you, Swendersen.
Swendersen. Yeah,
Wow.
Thank you so much. We're playing some Dungeons and Dragons in Theros. So this is a new thing for us, a new campaign, our maiden voyage, as you could say. Welcome, welcome. So you come around the bend, and there, sitting high on several horses, are two Lukos warriors of Akros. And they sit there holding javelins and staring at you. It appears that they have seen you for quite a while and have been waiting for you to come around the bend. They eye you from their horses, holding their javelins as they look upon you. What would you like to do?
Excuse us, we're just going that way. If you wouldn't mind, just
Wait. You need to approach these men very carefully.
Oh,
My brothers, I am of Akros. Maybe you've heard of my family. Four of my brothers, they are large in stature, fight among you. We are
Harry.
just moving along.
You got your mask on, buddy.
I am trying to blend in.
Thank you so much for the follow, Swindler's Den. Periagos, give me a perception check.
Okay.
And also, Finanzi can do a check as well.
Okay.
They are your brothers.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
There we go,
Guess
Fonz.
I better take off my mask then.
Periagos, you actually get advantage because you know what you're looking for here.
Okay. So I'll roll again.
I'm just curious if you get to see it as well. You
That's
don't,
not a good second
You
roll.
don't notice them, but Finanzi does. In the bush line to the south of you, within arrow and javelin distance, you can see that there is a group of satyrs hiding. They are dressed in the regalia of Akros as well. You believe probably they're skirmishers, scouts of some kind.
Dang, another raid.
Mother
Oh.
Jedi, hey!
Oh.
Welcome to Theros, everyone. We are questing. It is our maiden voyage of a new campaign.
Whoop.
Yes, thank you so much. I hope your crafting stream was going great. Can't wait to get that ogre to you. I'm so glad that you won it. For everyone who just joined, this is Theros, Tomorrow's Twilight. We are following the crew of a ship, a Byrene, called Tomorrow's Twilight, as they adventure to try and save a city on the brink, Alekos, plagued with a multitude of problems. Right now, they are setting off to go and try and destroy a man-eating beast that flies over the town and takes people away. So Finanzi has just spotted the skirmishers who are hiding in the bush line, and the Stratians sit there on horses. One of them turns to the other and says, "I didn't know I had any Leonin brothers. Did you?" Oh, it's just a mask, you stupid shit.
That you compliment me in my work, my friends.
Aren't you a little small to be a Stratian?
Oh, I am not one of your kind. All Vakros I am. My 4 brothers, they are, let's say, quite a bit larger than I,
Huh.
but they do not have these piercing eyes.
We understand. We understand you are a coward. But look at these other ones. He points. They obviously, any Akroan, if you tell them that you kind of shunned being a warrior, are immediately just going to be like, you're worthless. And you kind of know that, so
Yeah.
the response doesn't
surprise me.
you a bunch. Oh, welcome, Joking Drake 13. They kind of point to you. There are raiders out here, and worse. Be sure you watch yourselves. You aren't raiders yourselves, are you?
No, we are pursuing a beast up in the mountain.
We are cowards, as you stated.
Ah. Well.
He is.
Have you seen it?
Yes, of course we've seen the Nyx beast.
Okay.
Yes, it leaves us alone, though. We have ballistae.
You refer to my friend as coward, but yet you don't go after beasts like he is.
That is not our orders.
Oh,
Okay, well, you follow the orders. We go kill beasts. And I just kind of start walking past him.
Brazino, you are my new favorite.
Ah,
That sounds very convenient, doesn't it, Brazino?
yeah.
It's not my orders.
We are glad you're not cowards. May the gods watch over you and Erois grant you victory. Or else at least die a heroic death.
Oh, I will die a heroic death, just not today.
They actually let you pass, but like stand there eyeing you the entire time.
I give them a salute with my trident and pass by.
Oh, let's see, maybe one of them recognizes you. Let's just give me a D20 roll.
Just straight D20.
Just straight
Okay.
D20, nothing attitude.
Okay.
This is just straight luck.
Hmm. 6.
A 6. You give them the salute, and they kind of look at each other because they recognize the salute, but they don't recognize you.
That's fair.
If they'd seen you, they don't remember.
Right.
And so that encounter ends, and you guys move on. Next
Did you?
up, huh?
Did you make that helmet for tonight?
No,
Okay.
I've had it for a while. I have had it.
That was
for a
gangster.
while.
Yeah,
Looking
man.
forward to the
Love
next.
it.
The next time, when you do recognize Fanazay, it's gonna be money.
Oh yeah, you bet your money on somebody in that camp is going to be like, do you see who that is?
The fun.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey.
Fakira is up next in the initiative order. Are you guys going to continue traveling fast?
Yeah.
Is it still flat?
It's still flat, yes indeed.
Yeah, that's Shakira's plan. I like it. Or is it not
I feel
your
like
plan?
I should be wearing a belly shirt and like.
I mean,
Go ahead
Here,
and
I
give,
think you-
give me a
I think
survival
you make a good
roll
point.
there, Fakira.
Mm-mm.
Oh
Oh.
boy. Okay, I need another percentile down
oh,
here.
Fakira.
It was two better than the last.
It's all those F names. It's like,
Kira.
Kira. Oh, 84 though.
What?
Out of the sky, you see a black lined beast come
Oh,
flying
no.
down. It screeches as it sees you.
Well, now we don't need the Python.
Yeah. We found it early, you guys.
Yep.
Do
And
we
it-
have like
this
an
music.
open plain right now?
yes, you are. Absolutely.
Okay, pretty freaking exposed. Awesome.
Absolutely. There on both sides of you, there's like fields of unkept wheat. So there's potentially places to hide, but you standing on like a main road, you stick out and it flies down screeching at you. I'm going to roll initiative for it, but we're going to stay in the initiative order right now just to not waste any time. And up first, well...
Question, DM.
Yes.
Have we had a short rest?
Yes,
We did.
have a short
Okay,
rest.
good.
Okay, so I'm going to enter it in there as...
Now, out of character for Kira, I'm gonna guess that you have the lowest armor class.
Well,
Okay.
because he gave us shield, it's
I
15.
got you.
Without
So-
the field, it's 13.
Yeah, we've got a thing that we do.
Okay.
You and I.
We got plans.
It's coming.
Okay, so, Peri Ergos is going to... Actually, Fakira, it's your turn on this is because of your dice rolls. You get to go first.
Oh, shit! Guys, incoming! And I throw off an Eldritch Blast at it.
Go ahead and make your attack
Try to
roll.
make it, like, scared of me. Hopefully. Please don't eat me.
Oh, you most certainly hit it. Go ahead and roll your damage. 8 damage. And what does your Eldritch Blast look like?
It is silvery white. And it's kind of like puffy. It kind of looks like marshmallows if you make them smushy and then string them out, kind of like taffy as it's being pulled.
Well,
That is the
Right.
most bizarre Eldritch Blast I have ever heard described.
It's like
That's
white
awesome.
and opalescent
She's-
and taffy looking.
Yeah, aren't you Pact of the Genie or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. You
Thunder
you,
Genie, so it's air.
You
Yeah,
blow
baby.
your Eldritch Blast at it, and it strikes it, and you see it do damage, but it is also absorbed by the nixness of the bottom of it. Up next, unless you want to move.
I would like to move like to the edge of the wheat,
Okay.
so I'm not like, or as close to Nico as possible.
Okay, you get close
got
to
plans.
Nico. You get close to Nico. Periergos, it is your turn.
I'm gonna do Bardic Inspiration on Fanazi
Excellent.
as a bonus action, and then I'm going to. This probably is not gonna work, but I'm gonna try. How far away is this beast?
It's diving down at you. It's about
Diving
50,
down.
50 feet away from you at the
I'm gonna-
longest. You could probably hit it with some kind of melee attack, as long as it's not like just a thrown weapon.
Could I try to cast Sleep on it?
Sure.
Yeah,
Probably won't
baby.
Work, but
Old
all right,
school.
I'm gonna do that. I take a pinch of sand from my component pouch and cast Sleep.
All right. So go ahead and roll
Oh,
that
5d8.
5d8,
Right.
baby.
Probably
Oh.
not enough, but what the hell?
Let's see here. How much does it have left? $20.
Did it roll?
You see.
Okay.
How does your spell describe your spell as it happens?
It is a wave of starry night that just waves about from me, from my fingertips.
Starry night.
Yes.
It flies through the starry night and begins to like wobble slightly, and then it corrects itself and it actually inhales and sucks up the starry night into itself and snorts it out.
Ugh.
Oh, thank you for the follow,
Hi, bit.
8-bit. Yep, thank you for the follow. Okay. Do you want to do any movement?
No, I'm good.
Nico.
All right. He's 50 feet away. So the first thing Nico is going to do is he kind of like has that little hammer in his hand, and he kind of points it as Kira's kind of running towards him, and he can tell that she's not feeling super comfortable about this chromatic ore. And as a bonus action, a shimmering field appears and surrounds Fakira as she's running towards him. She's 6 feet of range. She's going to have a +2 bonus to her armor class for the next 10 minutes.
Excellent.
It's a shield of Perforos
Oh,
as we cast over her.
and is that an action?
That's my bonus action. And then for my action, I'm wondering, like, is there kind of, you said there was tall grass, so I kind of want to give her like a hint, and I'm gonna kind of use my brain a little bit and pick out the tallest grass, because I'm like over 6 foot tall, not quite 7 foot tall, I think. So I'm gonna be looking for a place that kind of will blend in with my golden hair. And does it look like a good area, and kind of point her towards
it's
well?
relatively tall, so if you like go into it, you could just crouch down
and then, so I guess, and so that's what I'll do. Is that considered like taking cover, or what is that considered?
Yes, it's gonna have a different effect to
or a hide or something like that.
Yeah, it will have a bit of an effect.
Okay.
So the Chromanticore flies down and screeches at you, but it doesn't fly directly at you. It kind of dives in the direction of Fakira and then pulls up at the last second and flicks its tail, sending a hail of barbed projectiles down at you. Everyone needs to make a dexterity saving throw. For anyone who is in the wheat, you have advantage.
On a dex saving throw.
Well, we're just gonna call it that for now. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I'm rolled so bad.
All right.
Oh no.
So the goal for that was an 11. Everyone who...
Can I roll I do a bless?
You can do a bless.
I'm gonna do a bless.
Bless ain't gonna help me.
Ah!
Yeah, I don't think it'll be
The
enough for me
gods are for the damage.
They're fickle.
Everyone who failed takes 4 damage as these barbs slam into you. The barbs are glowing with the night sky as they stab into your flesh, and as they stop, they actually disappear in like a puff of like almost mist disappearing. It pulls up and begins to fly around and turns around like it's going to make another pass. Branzino, it is your turn.
Well, I wanted, when it attacked, I was hoping to get a shot at its back. Was there ever...
You can, absolutely, yes.
Okay, so yeah, I want to throw... I mean, how close was it to me? Would I be able to attack?
It came down about 20 feet, so you'd have to do a range attack.
Range, okay.
He's being kind of smart. He knows that... You get the feeling it's an intelligent creature, and it sees a group of armed adventurers, and it doesn't want to come and get in a fight with you.
Right. Okay, so here comes the javelin.
All right. Whew. It is a beautiful throw, sails through the air, catches some of the light, and reflects the glory of Heliod as it buries itself into the back of this creature.
Oh, yeah.
It screeches, flaps its wings, and kind of like tries to shake the javelin out of itself. Fanunzi, unless you want to do any moving, Branzino.
No.
Stay right there. Okay. Excellent.
So he's back in the sky now.
He's in the movement of flying away from you guys. He would still be in the range of like 30 feet. So if it's all happening at the same time, you can like throw as he's flying by.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Don't forget you have inspiration too.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes,
No,
spend
that's a decent.
them for sure.
Andy, on that, would he able to use bless as well, or is it one or the other?
Goodness. Why not use them all? You are heroes of the gods.
Yes.
Solid. And that's a D6 inspiration, correct? D6 is inspiration.
Jason?
Oh, sorry.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to. Let me see here. Which one? Oh, yeah. I'm going to use a javelin as well. Throw the javelin.
Go ahead and make your attack roll.
And as I do it, I'm going to actually slide my thumb across the tip of it and just leave a little bit of blood there and be like,
Ooh.
Clothis, meet its mark. And I'm gonna and then I'm gonna throw it.
Nice.
You don't.
And
You
yeah,
don't have to bless it until you see the result. At
Right.
least that's how I'm.
I am going to use inspiration though, because I think you need to call inspiration first. I think.
Yes.
If I do that, do I just do a straight d6 in roll 20, or does it actually apply?
It
somehow?
won't. It won't. So just make your
Yeah.
attack roll and then roll the d6 afterwards.
Okay.
We're all kind of learning roll 20.
That's
I'm
it,
not-
Christian.
I'm not that
Oh, yeah.
experienced.
And I am going to use the inspiration anyway, just for good measure, because I don't know how armored this thing is with its hide. So
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
18 plus a 6. So
Ah ha ha ha.
yeah.
As it leaves your fingertips, you know fate has ordained where it is meant to go, and just as the javelin from Branzino hits, almost like a mirror, it screeches out again as it has 2 javelins in its back now. Wow. It begins to fly wobbly. And you can see that it's decided it's time to run away. But it's not its turn to go yet. So, unless you want to do any movement, Fananzi?
Yes, I want to take a running leap, and then it'll eventually just put me into primal mode on all fours and bolt into the high grass.
Okay, you move into the high grass. Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you, DM Susan. I will definitely be checking out your future streams to get more tips for Roll20 for sure. Periergos, the beast looks like it is trying to flee.
Why not? I'm going to cast sleep on it once more.
Oh lordy, let's see here.
Yeah.
Come on, brother.
I know.
Get that bless. Is this something you can bless?
No. This is
No.
No, because it's just 5d.
Yeah.
Please, this could be it.
You're using all those spell slots.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, but I'm trying to.
First level.
No.
More.
It is
Ah!
not enough.
Oh!
By
That was my last.
first
Oh.
level spell.
Yeah,
It is
but I
totally
was
worth it.
hoping it being wobbly
Yeah, it's
might be able to
it's-
bring it down and
it's
then cut.
got
I mean, yeah,
eight
it would've
more
saved us
points
the
than
climb.
that.
Yeah.
It's got 8 more
Right.
points than that right now.
Ah.
Yeah.
I think it's like one of those risk reward things. You gotta go.
Yeah.
I mean, you rolled
Yep.
really high. I don't think I'm
Yeah,
not
those
sure
were
there's a
great
way you
rolls.
could have gotten it because this creature is quite.
And it didn't help us that we had lowered that
Oh,
Fonz
it did.
and
Absolutely.
Brazino?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay, good.
It made a huge difference, but still is not enough. All right.
Okay.
Would you like to do anything else, Periergos?
I'll just move into the grass for safe measure because clearly I observed that was the best place to be.
Excellent. Thank you for the follow, Viva New Vegas, my favorite of the Fallout games. All right, Nico.
So Nico, you guys can hear from the grass. You kind of see this super shiny, it's very silvery shield of Thassa kind of hikes up from the grass, and then he says actually a little prayer to Perforos because he's got his sling going. And you hear, and I'm assuming the sling, if he's more than 30 feet, it's going to be disadvantaged. But I don't know. Is he just turned around and he's within 30 feet, or is he already far away?
Because he hasn't gone yet, he's still within 30 feet.
Okay, cool. So here we go. And then he's gonna just roll normal roll, and then he's hopefully gonna, same idea, put a little bit of Perforos's pizzazz on it here.
Excellent. A perfectly crafted.
Oh, there we go.
Sling.
Yeah, and then
Ooh,
is it a D4? Do we do a D4?
D4 for the sling, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no, I meant for the bonus for the bless.
Yeah, you don't need it.
Yeah. Okay, and then let me.
Good night, Mother of Jedi. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the.
Oh, what a roll! I hit a 4 + 2, so 6.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh wow. Okay.
Please do something to him.
Yes. You all. It's meant to be. Everyone hits him, and he, assuredly decides it is not worth it.
Ugh.
He begins to fly away, and within one turn, he is beyond your reach. What was that? What did you do?
Doesn't Fakira go?
Did I skip? I skipped you. I'm so sorry. Yes.
Fakira was gonna try and goad him into trying to attack her.
Okay. Why don't you go for it? Yes, it still hasn't flown away yet.
Yeah.
Finanzi.
That's fingers crossed. It's tried to get one last bite.
Okay.
Is performance or charisma or?
Yes. To
Persuasion.
Let's give a performance. What exactly are you trying to do?
I am going to run my 35 feet. Hey, and like flip up my skirt and like wag my little tail at it and be like,
Venison.
right? Like, look at the tasty bum. Tastes good. You should take a bite.
Oh no. Okay. All right. Go ahead and give me your performance roll.
All right. Let's see whether or not I fall on my face.
Hey,
Nice.
There we go.
Cartwheel.
So, because it is very against the interest of this animal, he's going to have advantage on this. It is very not in his interest.
Bless it, Fakira.
So, here we go.
Like,
So it's gonna be
that's a really good roll.
It's not both of them together. It's a 16 plus 3.
Oh.
So it's a 19 total.
Oh.
It has a slobbering look at your goat legs. It certainly would like a goat meal, but those javelins stuck in its back remind it is time to fly. And with that, it begins to fly away. And you watch it as it goes into the pass and disappears into the safety of the highest peak.
Almost.
I think this is when we speed up. Or we continue our speed.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. All right. Yeah.
You think it'll remember us?
Does anyone want to like try and identify what kind of creature this is? Like, you've had 2 encounters with it now, and even though it is unusual and has Nick's characteristics, you might actually know a bit about the creature.
Would it be because it's magical? Would Arcana help?
Potentially
for
absolutely.
history.
Yeah. I would say it's his history, Arcana, or even survival would give you a chance at identifying this creature.
Do you have a preference between Arcana or history? Because Nico is kind of like, he's an interesting dude, right? Because like he's learned.
Sure, absolutely.
What do you? Okay, they're both +5.
I'm fine with either one.
Okay, I'll just go magic then, since the Nyx magic is eating it all up. Here we go. And then I guess I don't know how many blesses we have. We just have that one.
I think you have 2, but you should be paying attention. And next time we do this, I'll have a system set up.
The counter,
our blesses. So I'm sorry, I don't have one now.
So I guess like I'll see the roll first, but before you tell me. Huh. Yeah, I'll burn it.
Okay.
Here we go. There we go. So 17.
17. You're fairly certain it is some kind of mutated manticore. And a manticore is a formidable creature. You guys have done quite a bit of damage to it. You're not quite sure how much more it can take. Yeah, I don't like having spears in my back either. So I would run away from the dinner. So a muticore? We're actually calling it a chromanticore because it shines with the verisimilitude of the stars, the colors in the sky.
I think we need to get going, my friends. It's a formidable opponent, but the longer we wait, the more it can possibly heal.
Periergos, it is your turn to roll.
Okay. Survival?
Survival. Give me a D100. Gosh, you guys are rolling kind of poorly on some of these
Yeah.
rolls. 24 out of...
Ryan's is gentler, right? Because we tell the story and then.
We're rolling a lot of dice tonight, and that is the
Yeah,
way
yeah.
I like it.
No, I love it.
Fate.
We're
It is
playing
never
the
magic.
meanie.
There were never stories of map makers.
You begin to move into the Trekkies Pass, and as you're traveling along, you notice evidence of that a group of something has been through here recently, and they've left the discarded carcasses of things that they've killed. You see bodies of gnawed bones from goats and even people. You find a couple people in this path. A little bit of investigation, and Fakira helps you identify. There's quite a bit of hooves in this, but they're not small hooves. They're larger hooves. You think a band of minotaurs came through here, and that's not particularly good, especially if they came from where the Trekkies Pass is heading to the north. Aside from that, your travel for this section goes very, very smoothly. And I'm actually going to change our map now as we get closer.
You guys think we should slow down a bit?
Well, I think we're going to have to slow down when we get to the steep parts, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a choice.
So you begin to make your way into the pass, and you can see that up here, yes, exactly, right there is the area where the manticore flew up to a peak, and eventually you're going to have to get into that.
So
it is Nico's turn to
Yeah.
make a roll.
Before he does a survival check, though, he's really curious about these the hoof prints that he saw.
Uh-huh.
Is that something that he could investigate a little bit before he does a survival check,
Sure.
just to see?
Just from a mechanical perspective, I'm not sure what information are you trying to find out?
I'm just trying to find out if they're waiting to ambush us. The Minotaur, how fresh it is.
It would be
and,
very easy for you to know, because you're going east.
And they went the other
and
way.
The tracks were going west.
Perfect. Okay, let's do this.
They are behind you.
All right, straight up, +0 survival. Here we go.
Unless they are going backwards.
Perfecto.
Yes.
Maybe
All
we
right.
should hire a tracker next time.
Here we go, Luigi.
A
fuck.
D100, please. Give me that D100.
Oh my god.
Oh,
It's a
Come
travel.
Leonario, eh?
oh no.
Hey, there we go.
19.
Hey.
Oh.
Okay.
That's a good
Hopefully good. 24 was
A 19 out of, well,
100.
I'm going to have to move down.
I
to
guess
the
it
next
depends on which
He's having to
direction's
make
better,
up-
He's
right?
like, well,
Higher
hold
or
on.
lower.
Well,
Erases all
if
of our
dying's good.
generation.
so I have to change it because this is the same result as Jason's result in the last one. So
Oh.
I am going to say let's just do a different one, the one up from there. Okay. As you travel along the path. Good night, Jables. You have a lovely evening. Thank you for stopping
Good
by.
night, Jables.
As you travel along the path, you see a shrine that is erected here. You notice that it's actually far off from the path, and if you deviate just a little bit, you can make your way over to it. Thank you so much. We love you so much, Jables.
Can we identify which god the shrine is dedicated to?
From this far away, give me, well, I would like the perception roll to be from Matt, since this is kind of
Okay.
his portion of the travel.
Let's go, Nico.
Here we go.
Let's go.
My perception's a little better. Here we go. Okay.
Yes, you notice the blue and black cloths often associated
Oh.
with the god Erebos.
And same as the guards too, right? They were wearing blue and
No. I
black?
mean, they wear a like sea blue. This is
Oh.
more of like a dark blue.
Gotcha.
And it is it's a shrine to the god of the dead.
Yeah. Not a good sign, is it?
Well, I mean, everybody ends up dead.
Everybody ends up in the hands of Erebos eventually.
Bro, my friends, I don't know if this bodes well or not, but if you look over there, I could see some blue and black little cloths floating. I'm not sure if this is good portent or not, but what do you think? Should we go check it out?
What benefit do you think for us to explore that?
Hmm.
I have absolutely no idea.
They are
Perhaps we
quite
check it on the
pretty
way
in
back.
their own way.
Check on the way back.
What's the time like? What's the daylight? check?
Yeah.
You have plenty of time because you guys have been hauling ass this entire time. As you look at the pass, it looks fairly daunting to climb this peak, but it's barely midday at this point, so you'll have the rest of the half of the day when you get over there to climb.
Didn't one of the other Leonin kind of tell somebody that today was not our day to die?
I did. I said that to
You said that already.
the guys in the street. Yeah.
So
or the-
for Zeno, now you know I'm not a huge believer in fate, but didn't you tell those guys in the street that today was not our day to die?
Yes, but I say that every day.
That's true, my friend.
And
Perhaps
so
now,
far, I've been 100% correct.
you, you know, I'm not the world's biggest fan of Erebos, but maybe we go get his blessing before we head up this steep cliff.
I
My
would
guess is
walk over just a bit and like go in my money pouch and grab a couple coin.
And you leave coin at the little shrine.
Is there any artwork with eyes on it?
There is a whip actually sitting on a stone, and then there is no
Ooh.
eye, but there is like a little stone that somebody's carved with horns. The like not the horns of like a minotaur, like the weirdly shaped horns of Erebos and
Kira.
blue cloth on it.
What do you think of that whip there? Is that something you could use?
I
Sorry.
wouldn't touch it. Oh, that's the wrong voice.
Well, I dare say.
Yes, a nicer death, 8-bit. It will grant you a swifter, nicer death.
I just don't want to piss somebody off that I might be seeing eventually at some point, definitely.
So when we see this whip, like, are we getting kind of any vibes off of it?
It's definitely an ominous looking whip. It is definitely it's also kind of ornate. It looks fairly nice for certain.
Fanaze, you're kind of a weapons master, aren't you?
I'm wary of other gods other than that of destiny, but it is a nice whip.
Tell me, Nico, are
It is
you
a
in the
nice
business of defiling the shrines of the gods?
I'm not trained in using the whips. I figured perhaps it's our destiny.
Perhaps we let this one leave.
Sounds good
I
to me.
say we go on to our quest.
All right, and
And
then
worry we are going to need all the lights we can.
I think a little thing, I put the 2 coins where I would assume they go.
There are actually like coins and baubles like on the stones, and you stack them nearby and leave the whip alone.
Yeah.
And
There is a beauty to it, though.
yes, it is actually very nicely crafted, but you get the feeling that there are probably some bodies buried around here too. Like you see like up the hillside that there's like unusual like little clumps or whatever. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh,
Well, I think we get going then. There's nothing else here for us.
No big shiny thing that says "Take
If
me."
we're wondering if we
Onward, my
have
pride.
second thoughts, we can return on the way down.
Bronzino, it is your part of the track. Go ahead and roll me a survival check, please.
All right. Survival.
Are any of you good at survival?
No.
No.
Do any of you
Yeah.
have a decent passive perception?
No.
This is going
I-
to be a fantastic game.
It's gonna be
guys.
great.
I have a 12. It's
I have
not
pretty
terrible.
decent.
You have a 12, yeah.
DM says,
Not
"Oh
terrible.
boy."
There we
I
go.
have a 12 too.
Oh, lordy. Okay, percentile die, please.
Eric! A 4.
I mean,
It just gets better.
it's on track.
Fail our way into fun.
64. When I'm 64. All right.
64.
Would you still need me?
64.
That's a good song.
Despite your complete oblivious nature, this part of the journey goes on with nothing really important to count. Right in the middle, nothing bad, nothing good. So, good luck on you, I guess. Why? Hold on. Give me a D4 roll.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Max, baby.
Um,
A nat 4.
in your like complete unpaying attention, as you get ready to face the cliffside, you, Bronzino, you lose 4 items from your possessions. I will let you choose what those 4 items are.
Ooh.
They've fallen out of your pack or fallen off of your hip or whatever they are.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
No.
Multiples of things count, so you could like drop 4 rations if you wanted to. Like I wouldn't recommend that.
All right.
And
Oh, gosh.
you have successfully made it to the mountain peak.
I mean, I think successfully is in air quotes.
I'm going to drop my sling,
We fell
my
backwards.
torch, my favorite trophy.
Oh!
Your favorite
No. Oh!
Side
It was
quest
like a Lucky
unlocked.
Charm trophy thing. It's like what I rub for.
Yeah.
the discus?
Yeah, I didn't.
Well, yeah, 'cause it's obviously not working.
The discus.
No, what? You oh, that's. I mean,
Andy,
you're not
now
even my
you feel
character,
guilty?
but I'm just like that hurts me a little bit.
I know, it hurts me too.
I sense like
I-
a discus competition in the near future, though.
And my bedroll.
Oh wow, okay.
Wow.
Speaking of resting, I'm gonna move you guys over here. 'cause
Oh,
this-
8-bit 1701 says his items mysteriously appear in the shrine next to the whip.
Yes,
That
you'll have to go back for them.
would be
Yep.
dope.
Yep.
That just-
Wrapped in the whip.
In that
So-
case, yes.
So this is the perfect moment for you guys to take a short rest as you recover from traveling this long through the day. You stop, eat some rations, and take a moment. And we are going to take a moment as well, a little bio break. So thank you for watching so far. We will be right back in Theros. Here we go.
Cheers.
Welcome back to Theros, Tomorrow's Twilight. If you are just joining us, the crew from Tomorrow's Twilight is on a quest to kill a man-eater that is terrorizing the town of Alekos. They have traveled through the farmlands, been harassed by the beasts from the air, and finally are at the foot of the peak they need to climb to get to where it roosts. Basically, what we've got here is a mountain to climb and some skill checks to be made.
It's our
Right.
specialty.
Let's do it. Yeah.
So, it is an athletics check, I believe, to climb.
All right.
No acrobatics up a climb, so it's going to be broken into 3 sections, and each time you're going to need to climb, and you can take special precautions.
So,
one of you could purposefully give yourself disadvantage on the climb to give someone else advantage if you needed to. The reason that you might want to do that is if you're worried about someone climbing. The DC is always 10, and if you fail by a 1, 2, or a 3, you will be looking... If you fail with a 1, 2, or a 3, you'll be looking at a fall, and a 1, of course, will be a very severe fall. So, you guys understand the rules?
yes. So, I am good climber. Who is anybody not good climbing?
The person with hooves raises her hands.
For who?
That's,
Or
I mean,
you have hands.
Climb the
Well,
rock
interesting.
course one my day.
Yeah, I always thought
I
like
know
Billy
goat,
goats were really
but-
good
Yeah.
climbers.
I
Yeah.
know. Yeah,
What kind of ledge like this big? Okay.
I know. Right?
Just
seen the
for
pictures.
mechanics of your advantage disadvantage, I figure the way to do that is I'll take the disadvantage to give her advantage, and just for like storytelling ways, I guess that I'll just go first and set up Titans for her,
oh, excellent. Okay.
and rope her in so that
Nice.
make her climb
Gosh,
easier.
when you say that, it kind of makes sense that like everybody would get advantage. If Fakira climbs after you, she'll get advantage. For everybody else,
Oh yeah, it's like El Cap.
for everyone else behind, they'll get plus 4 on their climb, but not advantage because they're not really like attached perfectly. But Fakira will get advantage for following behind you as long as you take disadvantage on the roll. So go ahead, everybody, for the first section of the climb. Go ahead and...
How do I roll it with disadvantage? Do I just hold shift?
It's control.
Oh, control.
And this is athletics.
Yes.
So I got
damn
a
it.
22
Oh,
and a
no.
13.
Oh, no.
I get a normal roll or
Oh no.
Yes, you get a normal roll.
normal roll?
These fingers
Um,
are not made for climbing.
Plus...
Hey.
Oh, but do we get +4?
Yes, you get
I
plus
still
4.
only got
Cool. So that gets me
7.
to 11. Jason, do you have any blesses left?
That was an automatic...
I don't know.
That's a critical
Yeah.
failure, though.
Oh fuck.
You have to fall. Jason,
What do I roll now?
give me a D4.
Can a reaction? Can he cast
Oh!
Featherfall on him?
Oh, that's perfect. You take
This is the end of Periegros.
only 2 points of damage as you fall
Oh.
10 feet and manage
not
to
bad.
catch yourself. The dice could have made that so much worse.
Good.
Neko, you have
Nico.
Nico, sorry.
Echo way first.
My father calls me Nico.
Um,
I don't like my father.
you don't manage to make any progress. Try as you might, you drag everyone
with-
behind.
Doesn't
With the
he get a
plus,
plus
the
4
plus
on
4
that,
though
though?
gets me to 11.
The
It gets me
plus
to
4
11.
gets you to 11. Thank goodness.
I just claw
because that
in.
was going to add a 4th climbing round for everybody.
No thanks.
you guys make it up to like the first section of the peak.
Brazino, I gotta say, you did a nice job with these pythons. They're looking good.
And the fall is enough punishment for you, Jason. You managed to get back up, and they help you climb the rest of the way. All right, round 2, fight.
Oh.
Go ahead and give me rolls. Are you going to do the same thing? Disadvantage for Branzino? Branzino?
Yeah, I got an idea. You guys seen me doing this before, but I could hide in my ring, and you could just carry my ring up.
You can do that?
Yeah.
Well, that's badass.
What is that?
It's the genie vessel. It is. Do you want me to just read it?
I love that so
Absolutely,
much.
yes, because I'm enamored by this. I read some of the spells, but I must have missed this in your.
I'm usually backstage. I don't get to see you do the tricks.
Bottled respite. As an action, you can magically vanish and enter your vessel.
That's awesome.
Space you left. The interior of the vessel is an extra-dimensional space in the shape of a 20-foot radius cylinder, 20 feet high, and resembles your vessel.
This is first level, huh?
Yeah, the interior is
Baller.
lighted with cushions and low tables and is a comfortable temperature. While inside, you can hear the area around your vessel as if you were in its space. You can remain inside the vessel up to a number of hours equal to twice your proficiency bonus. You can leave it early, bonus action, or if you die, or if the vessel's
basically,
destroyed.
he's going to take the ring and just climb with you. Fantastic. That's
Once
amazing.
a day.
Once
Only
a day.
once a day.
So good.
Yeah, very cool.
I love
You're
that.
Like, I don't
I
want to
love
walk. Just, you know.
You're like, I'm not
tiny."
strong.
Yeah.
So,
So
you want to do that?
So question, Eric, though, because I do like, is my +2 the lowest plus for athletics after her?
I doubt
Like,
it.
what do you have, Perry?
You're muted.
Sorry, I was muted. I have a +2.
Okay, you're the same. There we go.
Okay. So why don't we say this? Why don't we say Perry will get advantage the next time, and then maybe he wears the ring, and then I've got one more spell slot left. So
You got
worst case
Featherfall.
scenario, I can feather fall.
So Branzino's going to still do the disadvantage to give.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Round 2. Fakira inside of a ring.
For the glory, right?
So good.
She's like,
Here we go.
she holds her hand out so you can put your fingers around the ring as she goes.
So I got a 9 and a 16. Can I bless my 9?
Absolutely, you can bless it.
There we go. Come on, Heliod.
Come on, 2.
Come on.
So 1d4, right?
Yes. Which means
Oops.
you're going to automatically pass, but, you know.
Oh yeah, it's a
Oh.
10, right?
Yeah.
Way tougher battle. Climbing a mountain is way harder than fighting a Manticore. It's also probably more deadly.
Right? I was thinking the same thing.
Action
2.
economy.
13.
Well, that's why the sleep idea was so good.
Branzino hits a hard patch. For some reason, he cannot put his pittons into the mountainside, and for a moment, he teeters about to fall. Then a break in the clouds and a sunbeam erupts down onto the cliffside, illuminating and filling him with strength. He hits one more time, and the mountain gives way, bowing to the sun. And he
I
comes
look
on.
up and give a quick thank you, Elliot.
Do you kiss?
No, because I'm using my hands to hold. It's more
That's
like,
right.
thank you.
All right. Okay. You have one last.
Oh my gosh.
You have one last trek, and this one is a little different. It's actually like not sloped. You're just going to be making your way across it. It's still a trek to get over to it, so you're going to have to give me an athletics check. But you're not pittoning and mountain climbing like you were last time. So the difficulty for this is going to be lowered to an 8. But there's still a potential of falling on this trek across the top of the mountain. So round 3. Is Fakir going to stay in the ring?
Yep. Hanging out.
Hanging out.
Ah!
Do you still... You can still do something to give the person behind you advantage.
Okay. Sure, I'd like to do
we
that.
Did we miss a roll in that last round
No.
of?
No,
I don't think so.
Because
Fonzie, Matt,
Finanze,
Eric.
Matt, and
Oh, I didn't
Perry's
roll.
up.
I didn't roll.
Periergos.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
here we go.
Uh-oh.
You get
There it
advantage,
is.
by the way.
Oh,
You get
good.
advantage.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
fine.
you're
He's
fine.
a showman.
Okay.
He's a bard. He's just like, give me
He,
His hair is just flowing.
He acrobats up the mountainside. Mm-mm.
Yeah, that glint of sun had just caught me up my hair, and I
just-
saw it. Just inspired me.
The hungry minotaurs down at the bottom are like, oh, he looks extra tasty.
Heliod
I look so fabulous. I can
does
find-
love a fantastic hairdo. Okay,
The flare.
so round 3, fight.
Oh my god.
Do you want to do the same thing with the advantage disadvantage, Eric?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're taking disadvantage, and who
Yeah.
are you giving advantage to?
Probably Periergos.
Yeah. Yep.
All
Because
right.
he's got the ring.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we have a plan if once we get there to fight?
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, 10 and a 19.
Oh.
Oh, thank God for the plus.
Yes, 8.
He's
And
rolling poop.
And as you guys climb across the top of the peak and make your way to where you saw the Chromanticore disappear, Finanzi bursts ahead up the path, blazing in front of you all, just climbing as quickly as he can, almost gliding across the top of the
Nice.
and as he crests over a large boulder, he sees a cave going inside of the mountain peak.
So, a cave.
The cave.
Is it better that we get him out here, fight him?
No, I was thinking that, but considering it's easier for him to get away
Yeah.
outside.
I know he's protected from magical powers, but if you want,
Perhaps we can. Do we still have the pitons? Like, have we been collecting them on our way up, or are we just leaving them in there?
I think
for
we're
our way
leaving
back?
him for the way down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if
Okay.
you leave
I
mean,
a
we could just
place,
jump in
that makes our egress.
It's like El
much quicker.
Capitan.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, so Fanaze, I agree. Like if we could get you in there, and get Bronzino, both of them in the cave, that Chromaticore, whatever it is, won't be able to fly. We'll essentially have him grounded. I know he's been fighting off the magic, but maybe I'll throw in a couple of flasks of oil, light him on fire with Perforos's fire, just get him a little fired up, and then you guys chase him into the back of the cave.
Is there something we can do to block his exit from cave?
Well, I think we put 3 big Leonin up in there.
I would like to use. How big is the entrance?
It is rather large. Would you like to use perception to investigate it? It might give you some information that could help you in deciding your tactics.
I'd like to. I think the main thing I'm looking
Yes.
for is
I-
ledges or things I can climb up.
So,
and
Since Nico is the builder of the group, can he do the investigation?
Sure,
As
sure.
they're
If
saying
he's good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Go ahead and make your roll, and
Yeah.
I will describe the entrance to the cave.
There we go.
Very nice. Okay.
Ooh.
What happened?
No, they're just gonna leave you in the ring. You're just like
She's just
living
sitting in
the
a
ring now.
breast pocket going like, of course they would tell me. It's like, safe now.
Well, I thought you could sense your area.
I can hear you, but you guys are just...
Are you
discussing.
able to come out whenever you want?
Yeah.
Can
I
you
just
hear
can
what's
only
going
go
on?
in once a day.
Okay.
Okay. So with that investigation, the first thing that immediately comes to you is the smell emanating from this cave. It reeks. It smells of rot, of decay, of meat and mustiness. Maybe a little bit of fecal matter as well of some kind coming up from there. The way the cave is sloped, on one side, you could actually just walk down into it. There might be a couple sections where you slide just a little bit, But another important thing that you notice, Nico, is that there's air movement. More air movement than you would think just a stagnant cave. It gives you the impression that somewhere in this cave is another opening that leads out.
My friends, I've got good news and bad news. Good news, if we walk down the side right there, we should be fine. Bad news, that wretched stench you smell is being blown our way by another opening in that cave. That's right. I don't think we can corner this thing.
Well, no, that might not be bad news. Let's go see what other opening is. How far away?
If we can find a way to surround it.
Exactly. We both come in.
Well, I'll tell you what. Do you want me to set up? I'll hang here with Perry, guard this entrance, and you two are the best climbers. We'll hold on to Fakira here. You guys check it out.
I think.
Is there a high point near us? Are we like on a little bit of a peak?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, if you moved over here, you could actually see like around the sides and do a little bit of investigation. If somebody wants to do a survival check as you go up to the topmost peak, you could.
That's our specialty.
Yes, survival. Looking around. Split the party.
Do it.
Send
First
some
game.
people.
We can still see him,
Go.
right? We can still see him up on the peak.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
We're just not following him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I'll go up on the peak and look and see if I can see where the other entrance is.
Give me a survival
And
check.
we're communicating through
Frickin' hate
sign
survival.
language. Yeah. We're not making loud
Freaking
noise.
hate survival. I hate survival, but I like surviving.
Usually I do pump a few into survival, but not this time.
Not this.
No.
Not this time. Why?
I don't know.
Because he needed performance as a barbarian.
10.
Yeah.
Actor.
Actually, I'm gonna bless that.
I think after this you're out of blesses.
Yep, I am. Oh,
You had to try though, baby.
Despite
Smoke 'em if you
beseeching
got
the
'em.
gods, beseeching Heliod to bless you, you can't seem to find another
the
cave
clouds
entrance.
set in.
You get the feeling that the cave entrance is down the cliff face.
Ugh. Last thing we want to do is go in that cave and slide out the back end and drop to our deaths.
Yeah, the most potent and deadly thing in Dungeons and Dragons is gravity.
Yeah.
yeah. Falling's the worst thing. Okay.
Be heroes. Go in the cave.
Well, I know.
Fight the thing.
All right. Yeah. Well,
I know
I did want to do that. I just want to come
or
from
you
both
could
sides.
split the party. Have somebody crawl down the side and come in.
I know.
So
Throw
wait,
the ring.
he didn't see the entrance in the back, right? It's just kind of like assumed that it's there. Or?
Yes, because of the air movement.
Okay. So we don't know if it's bigger or smaller than the cave entrance.
But we know that we need to stick to the side where we're not going to slide.
Right.
You can't see, like, it goes down and turns, so you can't see, like, the back side. You don't think you're going to go in there and just slide, but the air movement is what convinces you that there's an exit somewhere in there. Because otherwise, if it was just a cave by itself, the air would be stagnant.
So Nico kind of like squats a little bit, and he flicks out his nail, and there's maybe some moss or something like that on the rock, and he's gonna start scratching out like a game plan into the moss. And so he's gonna look at you guys, and like he's kind of feeling it right now because there's no going back. Like it's hero making time. And he's like, my friends, I've never been the most brave Leonin, but god damn it, I'm proud to be Leonin. Today, I'm on top of this mountain with the two most badass Leonin I've ever seen. We're about to have our warlock out of her ring in a moment.
Count that 3.
And Perry has been inspired and is ready to bring the thunder. So here's what I think we're gonna do. Can we see? Is there loose boulders and rocks, Andy?
Yeah,
like rocks?
absolutely. If you wanted to look around and find some rocks,
So-
you could most certainly do that.
So here's my idea, my friends. We've only got a few minutes here before we need to go in here and end this, but I'm pretty sure Fanaze still has a net. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I think phase 1, we need to get this chromatic ore on the ground. We cannot be sliding around and sliding out the back end of that cave. Number 2, I think once we get them down, we could slide a couple of these boulders down on top of them. Probably Fakira and Perry could do that, so they're not too far in the mix. And it looks like there's a sliding part of the cave. Then once we do that, we get our 2 big Leonin up on them. Now, question though, I can put a shield of faith, but if we're not going to put Fakira up there, maybe I should put it on one of you two. And I look at their armor and like, what do I notice about Fanaze and Brazino as far as like how armored they look against a Manticore?
Well, and that's something we were gonna, and I forgot to get with you, Andy, but you said chainmail doesn't really exist, but you'd come up with something that gave me basically the same.
Yeah, so it's kind of like linked mail, but it's not chain.
Okay.
So it's I'll send you some like ideas of what it is,
Yep.
but like there is mail from like the Greek era. It's just
Right.
not chainmail.
And I think I'll send that list too that I've got, Andy. It's like a conversion to Greek stuff for 5e.
Awesome.
So you essentially have chainmail. Fanaze, would you say that you're as protected as Brazino is here, just with your barbarian badassness?
My skin is thick.
All right.
I should manage.
Okay. So I tell you what I'm gonna do.
I appreciate your thickness,
Thank you.
Fonazi.
For today, though, who do we think is going to jump on this beast first?
I think.
It'd be whoever gets the first opportunity.
Okay.
What would you like me to do with the net? Do you want it to be my first?
Yeah, I
thing
think the
that
net's
do?
the first. I think the net is going to be the first thing. So he reaches out and he gets out, like he's got this little smith's hammer, and like he's seen the sunshine already, so he knows Heliod may or may not be there for Brazino, and then he just kind of gives like a little tap, like a little. He's just like, Perforos, I'm going to need your help one more time here. It's a 10-minute shield of faith he's going to put on Fanaze. And so Fanaze, whatever your armor class is, for the next 10 minutes of your life, it'll be +2.
Oh, cool.
He's concentrating on that. He's like, you know what they say on the Riscos Plain? There's no time like the present. And then he kind of like looks at everybody in the eye, and he says, Perry, I think it's time to bring out Fakira, big guns.
And while he's doing his
You are
10-minute
quite the
thing,
orator. I have never
Yeah, yeah.
Level 1 is
eaten
just
so
pew.
much.
So what's up,
You
Brazino?
save a man
was
from
gonna
the
say-
sky.
while he was doing his 10-minute thing, I'm tying a rope to the end of one of my javelins.
There we go. There
As
we go. I'm
well.
loving it. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
We get now Fakira. I do think, even though it's not working totally, do you have any other kind of just long range weapons besides your genie thing?
Is the ring still in your shirt pocket?
Yep.
Cool.
Or
I
actually,
pop out right in front of you.
you scare the shit out of me.
And I go like this. Ring, please. Boop. I put it back on.
Excellent.
I popped out holding the meat.
Okay.
Ah.
There we go. I think we got
The
it.
distraction, at least.
And then let's say the Leonin kind of we put a couple of rocks together in a pile so that Perry and kind of like we've got a couple of boulders they're not so big that they can't be rolled down the area where those guys won't be walking. Does that make sense? So we've got a couple options. We got the javelins with the rope on it. We got the net. We've got some boulders.
Okay.
All right.
So
Let's go.
the Leonin go down into the cave. And let me show you
With
what
dark vision.
you see.
Eh.
Oh, and
So,
I will
is
say
everyone-
this, like,
Oh, go ahead.
so that we
This
don't
is-
give our
this is
position.
the wrong map. Oh no.
Is it pitch black in there,
Not like it.
Andy?
No, actually, it is not.
Oh, because of the wind and stuff like that.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yes. So I have set this map up to be slightly different here. Let me describe what you see, and I will move the characters back who are not in there yet. So it's the two Leonin who are heading in. Why are you not? Why are you not becoming
And then
resolved?
I've never used Shield of Faith before, Andy. Do I need to stay within the range of him for the concentration, or do I just need to concentrate?
I'm gonna say you just need to concentrate.
Okay.
So you begin to descend down into the cave, and it flattens out into a decent-sized room, and you see the source of the stench, a rotten pile of disgusting carrion. Looks like bits of horses, and horses are uncommon. Maybe they're centaurs, people, and even the occasional large fish. Give me a perception roll, both Branzino and Finanzi. 19. I'm just gonna do 1 for each of them. For each of them.
There we go.
You see these creatures in the corners. They're not even trying necessarily to hide, but you can see by them looking at you that they've noticed you. They are several small chromanticores, and they turn looking towards you with eyes glowing red. And that is where we're going to end it for tonight.
Gonna charge.
Yes, we have done all this planning, and we are ready for the battle. It is 10:30.
Yeah, it's late. Yeah.
So thank you so much, everyone who joined us for our maiden voyage of Theros, Tomorrow's Twilight. Thank you for coming and checking out the Adventure Archive. We love our community. We're so happy to expand to entertain you and show you new places. Oh my God!
Thank you, Safari.
You are the champion all night long.
Thanks so much, man.
Need to do some shout outs. Congratulations for everyone. Oh, the Gilded Troll got a sub. Excellent. The Gilded Troll, if you don't follow them, what are you doing? They're fantastic. Have some great campaigns going on right now. Odyssey of the Dragon Lord, Rime of the Frost Maiden. They just finished up Curse of Strahd. Have some great one-shots going on right now. Tomorrow, they are having a one-shot as well, featuring our very own L2S. He's not our very own. He's kind of a guest. But
I'm around.
Yes, we appreciate him regardless. What time is that going to be happening?
That's going to be at, let me check the schedule. I think it's at 6:30. Let me see the right time. Yeah, it's going to be at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Eastern Standard
So you heard it here. It's going to be very enjoyable, and L2 is going to be in it. So gosh,
Yeah,
just tons of streaming for you.
Hey, Christian, you don't sleep anymore, right? Like you just go into a trance and then you keep streaming.
Define what that means. I don't think I've ever heard that one.
What is the sleep thing?
It's longer than a short rest.
Yeah.
No.
Jason also does a writing stream. Please be sure to follow him. If somebody could give Jason a shout out. Lady LaFay does our art. She is actually kind of the inspiration for this campaign. It spawned from her backstory from another character written for a Theros game. She also does some great streaming. Check her out. On Wednesday night, you can see more of myself as a player and Eric Matt and Jason as we go back into the Dark Kingdoms, DM'd for you by Melee Mag there, the proprietor and creator of the Adventure Archive. Dark Kingdom Height, it's evil. It's an evil campaign. Every Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I also do miniature painting and miniature painting tips. Be sure to check it out, because I give away those miniatures, and you could have a very own miniature hand painted by me. Thank you so much for joining us. Andy the Math Magician, of course, Jedi Mama. I just want to give a call out to Severus. Cam, you are the MVP of the chat. And a very warm welcome for the debut on the stream to Cisla. Janelle, thank you so much for playing this game with us. L2, thank you for coming in and playing this game with us. You other three dudes, you know where you at. And
Jerk Star is empty.
Thank you so much.
They're out of us.
We are going to do a raid, so please hang around. We're going to show some ending credits to give props to the art and music we have used, but stick around. We will be raiding shortly. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next Monday. Bye-bye!